Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
That you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am black business.
Hi, welcome to our virtual Derrick Automotive Experience Center here in beautiful Atlantic Station, located in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Derrick Bailey, the founder of Derrick Automotive Technologies. Come in. Let me grab you a drink and tell you a little bit about our company. By the way, did you know that we have cocktail hours every other Friday evening from 7 to 10? And again on Saturday afternoons from 11 to 5? It's a good way to come in and learn about the company. You should stop by and bring a friend. So, let me tell you a little about us. Derrick Automotive is a company with a simple mission, which is to make electric vehicles more convenient for consumers by changing the way electric vehicles are recharged. Plug-in charging is really the only thing slowing the mass adoption of electric vehicles. And the adoption of electric vehicles is going to be so important to our battle with climate change. Derrick Automotive has a practical solution, which is to put a small generator that we call the Proteus into our vehicle. The Proteus's sole function is to convert fuel into electricity. But here's the key. It converts that fuel with a smaller carbon footprint than if that kilowatt hour was created at a power plant. And here's something else you might not know. When you create a kilowatt hour at a power plant, by the time they transmit that power down the power lines, anywhere from 15 to 40% of it could be lost. So, to plug millions of electric cars into the power grid and then lose 15 to 40% of every kilowatt hour of power that's created, in our opinion, doesn't make a lot of sense. With the introduction of our Proteus, where we can create that same kilowatt hour at the car, eliminate all those transmission line losses, and all at a carbon footprint that's on par with the power plant anyhow. So we bring convenience without increasing the carbon footprint. We allow vehicles to travel further and with less hassle. And since it's actually comparable to charging from the electric grid, why should consumers be inconvenienced? And we believe that once consumers are no longer inconvenienced, electric vehicles are going to take their place in the automotive sector.
Did you know a typical passenger vehicle that has a fuel economy of about 22 miles per gallon and drives about 11,500 miles per year emits about 4.6 metric tons of carbon dioxide on an annual basis? In order to save this planet we call home, we have to make an immediate change in the way we navigate everyday life. Derrick Automotive is that change. Our ambition is to build full-size, near-zero emission electric drive vehicles that don't rely on the electric grid. Derrick Automotive makes driving an electric vehicle extremely convenient without sacrificing a sleek, modern design that is sure to capture the attention wherever you go. Make the choice to take part in a movement to help preserve our planet today. Choose Derrick Automotive. Visit us on the web today to learn more.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am black business. I am black business. Tell me, are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good morning, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Dr. Debbie Hood, and I am your business moderator for this morning on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, all over London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Our next speaker is Dr. Sandra Wall Williams. Dr. Sandra Wall Williams is an accomplished senior executive with over 20 years of demonstrated results as a consultant, leader, and practitioner in enterprise IT systems implementation, IT security, digital infrastructure, hardware, software design, digital transformation, enterprise training and development, and distance learning and data systems. Her senior level experience in the leadership of workforce development and continuing education has led her to make solution-oriented strategies in executive leadership coaching, strategic planning, and management. I present to you Dr. Sandra Wall Williams.
Good morning.
Good morning. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you so much. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Sandra Wall Williams. It is indeed a great honor and pleasure to be with you this morning. Now, I will tell you, we only have a short amount of time, and I have a lot of content and information to give you. But we're going to do this a little bit differently this morning. I love presentations. I think they're great, but I really want you to participate with me this morning. And I know that I won't be able to see your comments and that sort of thing because of the way this is structured. So what I'm going to do this morning is you and I are going to have a mentorship session. The name of my program this morning, or the name of my session this morning, is Mentorship is a Success Strategy. Mentorship is a success strategy. And the best way to show you about mentorship is to actually have a mentorship session with you. So now, I'm going to give you some tips along the way, so get prepared for them. But the first tip I'm going to give you is that whenever you are in the presence of a mentor, whether it is face-to-face, whether it's online, regardless of what it is, whenever you're face-to-face with the mentor, then you need to have pencil and paper with you, or something where you can either write notes, take notes on your phone, or type notes in. So go ahead, if you don't already have it, while I'm introducing myself, go ahead and get your pen and pencil so that you can get ready to take the notes that I'm getting ready to give you. This is so important for your success. Whether your success, you're moving forward in business, whether you're moving forward in ministry, whether you're moving forward in your career, whether you're moving forward in your education, mentorship is a success strategy. I don't want you to forget that. Mentorship is a success strategy. Again, my name is Dr. Sandra Wall Williams, and I am the CEO and principal consultant for WMS Leadership Training and Consulting. Now, WMS stands for Work, Make, Success, right? Work, Make, Success. I heard the previous presenter say, when she was talking, she said, you have to do the work. And that is so true. Even in mentorship, you have to do the work. It is so important that you do the work. So WMS Leadership Consulting and Training is all about working with leaders who are leaders in their businesses, leaders in ministry, leaders in their careers, to be able to move forward and do those types of leadership activities, making decisions, having the confidence level of leaders, all of those things, making sure that you can actually do that. And so we have mentorship programs, training and development programs, accountability programs, all these different things to make sure that you, as a leader, will be and can be successful. Now, my background, you've already heard part of my bio, but before that, I had over 30 years in business and industry. I literally had a life or death experience. I realized life was short. So I decided that I wanted to do what I always wanted to do, and that was to become a professor. I had the ability to be able to do that, went through the interview process, all of that, had the ability to do that at my alma mater, North Carolina State University, where I'm still an adjunct today. I spent almost 17 years at a C-level position. I was the senior vice president and chief information officer for the North Carolina Community College system. As described, I was in charge of everything technology, all the data, all the systems, enterprise systems, which means that it's more than one, right? Enterprise systems, all the training and technical training and development, distance learning, all of your IT security. I was responsible for all of that for, excuse me, the 58 community colleges in North Carolina. In that, I learned so much about leadership. When you talk about, well, you might say, well, Dr. Sandra, you were in technology. Well, leadership is leadership, regardless of where you are or what you're leading. You still have to have those competencies of leadership. And so one of the things I found as a leader is the importance of mentorship. So let me say it again. If you haven't already written this down, then make sure you write it. Mentorship is a success strategy. Mentorship is a success strategy. So while I was in my position at the community college system, I love what I did. I mean, I was making presentations, I was making decisions, I was leading the third largest, or leading technology for the third largest community college system in the world, on all sorts of boards and those sorts of things, where I gained so much knowledge. But here's the thing. I knew that there was more for me. I knew that I really needed to be helping other women who were coming behind me to be able to be the great leaders in technology and other areas as well, such as yourself, be able to bring them such that they could do the things in business, in ministry, in their own leadership, in their careers, in their education, so that they could do those things. And so I began mentoring, and I mentored, as a senior vice president, you mentor people all the time, right? But I realized that I wanted to be able to do more. So I started my own company, and that's WMS, Leadership Training and Consulting. So I started my own company. And from there, now I train, mentor, and coach women around the world. And so it is so very exciting and so very humbling to be able to be here to do the same for you today. So like I said, we are going to have a strategic mentorship session on mentorship. We are going to have a strategic mentorship session on what? Mentorship is a success strategy. So now that you know a little bit about my background, I know that most of you are business owners. I know that most of you are work and maybe also have a business. Some of you are working on your education, looking at the commercials. I know there are students watching as well. So I want to give you today how you can have a successful mentorship relationship. And then more importantly, I want you to leave with the fact that each and every one of you, regardless of where you are in your career, you need to go ahead and begin to develop your personal board of directors. So that's the mentorship topic we're talking about today. Developing your own personal board of directors. Everyone should have one. Now, the makeup of your board of directors may be a little bit different depending on what you do, but we want to be able to talk about that today, actually developing that. So again, what is the first thing you should have on your paper? mentorship is a success strategy. Now, I've got my notes in front of me here on the computer. So if you see me looking down, that's why I'm looking at my notes, because I don't want to forget to tell you any of this great content that I've prepared for you. So now let's start off with making sure that we're all on the same page when it comes to what is a mentor. Because you may have lots of people in your life that are mentors, but do you actually have that sort of mentorship relationship where you're gaining information from them and gaining knowledge and guidance and wisdom from them on a regular basis? Because as a business owner working on your career or whatever path you're taking, you actually need this. Okay. So mentorship is a professional working alliance in which individuals, you and someone else, or it could be a group of people and someone as a group of people and then one person as a mentor, depends on how it's set up, right? Where you're getting support personally and professionally, and you're also growing in those areas as well. So your mentor is someone who has wisdom, who can guide you, who has experience in the area where you need the support. Now, so many times people will say, well, I've got one mentor and that mentor helps me with everything. Well, let me bust the myth for you right now. No one person can give you all the mentorship you need. You need mentorship in whatever areas that you find yourself. So for example, if you're a business owner and you want to look at, say, for example, expanding your business into a new region, then you need to get a mentor that has done that can guide you in that one specific area. Another example, you may be, again, a business owner and you want to upgrade your technology, but you need someone to help you in developing what does that technology plan look like? What are the things that I need to be able to have in that technology plan? Again, you need a mentor that has done that particular project, someone that can help guide you, guidance, help you to be able to know the pitfalls in doing all of that. So no, I am a firm believer in saying that no one person can guide you in every single area. Or you could be starting your own business, so you're nervous. You may lack some confidence. You may feel like, oh, is this the right time? Those are personal kinds of issues, right? That require personal development. Again, a different mentor. Now, you may be blessed to have a mentor that can cover everything, but I will tell you, the further I got along in business, in terms of definition of mentor, the further I got along in my business, the more successful my business became. I realized that I needed mentorship in these different areas. Now, you'll hear me use the word mentorship and training together, okay? Because I believe that good training also has, effective training also has mentorship along with it. So that's why when you hear me talk about mentorship and training, I'm not using them synonymously. I'm using them such that they are complementing each other. I don't think one can go without the other. So if you're in a mentorship relationship, then that person is probably also teaching, training, and guiding you as well. So mentorship relationships, in addition to support and problem solving and those kinds of things, those relationships can also give you business guidance. They can give you the kind of facilitation to help you with the areas of your business or whatever area it is. We'll stick with business since we're here at the Black Business Expo. So whatever area it is, mentors can guide you, but you have to understand that you may need a mentor, more than one mentor, to help you along in this business journey. And being a professional mentor. And when I say professional mentor, I mean that people pay to be in my mentorship programs. People pay to be in my mentorship programs because they want to learn about leadership at the highest level. They also want the mentorship. They also want the accountability. So when you're looking at working with a mentor, then make sure that that person has been, let me back up, successfully been where it is that you want to go. Because why? Mentorship is a success strategy, and you should have a mentor in every area of your business that you find yourself. Okay. So I wanted to make sure we talked about that. Now, one of the first things when we talk about mentorship is how do I know the areas where I need a mentor? Well, this is where you have to do your own assessment of your strengths and your areas of improvement. So what do? You need to determine, what are my gifts? What are my talents? What are my abilities? What are my skills? What are my struggles? What are my experiences? Okay. And you need to write all of these down. There are some areas where you may not need a mentor in that area. Why? Because you've already gone through it. You are probably maybe encouraging other people. You may be even a mentor for someone else in that particular area. But until you assess everything about you, then you are not going to be able to have a successful mentorship relationship, because here's the thing. You want your mentor to be able to support you, to guide you, to teach you, to train you in an area where you need growth for your business. And you won't know that until you do your own personal assessment. This is so very important. So many times we just want to meet with the mentor. We just want them to tell us everything they know, right? And then you want to do this over a 45 or an hour lunch. Okay. That's just not happening. This is not happening. A good mentorship session is you and a mentor sitting down and going through it. It could, when I say sitting down, it could be a virtual as well, but actually working together, laying out the areas where you may need guidance. You could even have mini mentor sessions, meaning that, when we talk about looking at your skills and your abilities, you may even have someone that can work with you on mapping that out. You'd be surprised at what a mentor, a person who can mentor you and train you in a certain area, you'd be surprised as in terms of what they can help you with. And, when I work with clients, I tell them all the time, I want you to give me everything. When we do this particular process of assessing your strengths and weaknesses, tell me everything. Let's get everything on the table. It takes a couple of weeks to do, because most people don't realize where they're strong and where they need improvement. But before you bring on a professional mentor, because remember, mentorship is a success strategy. Before you do that, you need to know the areas where you need mentorship in. And even some areas that are your strengths, you need mentorship in those areas to make you even stronger, because one of the things that I've learned is that the higher you go in business, the more next level kind of mentorship you're going to need. And that next level mentorship is going to require that whoever is mentoring you has that next level of mentorship as well. Okay. So there are also some assessments that you can do for yourself. Many people do things like Myers-Briggs or things like that, but there are other assessments also that can help you to know what your strengths and your areas of improvement are. So before you work with the mentor, you need to know, why am I working with them? Why? And what information and what value is that mentor going to give to me? And when I connect with them, what value are they going to give? You just don't. One of the things that I had someone tell me is that, my mentor and I, we have lunch about once a month, and he pours into me. Well, what is he pouring into you about? When you leave that lunch, what are you now specifically getting ready to go do? Okay, what is it? And if you don't have that, then were you truly in a great mentoring session, or did you just get some hype to go ahead and get, all hyped up to go do something, but you don't have a plan to go do it? Okay. I'm not knocking anybody's mentorship sessions. I'm just trying to show you how to be effective, how to have an effective mentorship session, because mentorship is a success strategy. So you can take that and then move on. All right. So now let's get to the next topic before we get into the board of directors. How do I position myself for a mentor? Many times you say, well, I don't know who can be a mentor for me, or I don't know people that can be mentors. Let me tell you, let me give you 7 ways you can get people to mentor you. Write these down. Remember I said pencil and paper, and you're in the presence of a mentor, get ready. Number 1, network, and network some more. I'm not going to go through these in details. I'm just going to give them to you. You've got to network. You've got to be in places. You are here looking at the Black Business Expo, and there are speakers all day. That's a form of networking. Well, you might say, well, Dr. Sandra, how? Networking. It's a form of networking they're on. You should reach out to them and connect with them. All right. So network. Number 2, form and nurture professional and personal relationships. Form and nurture professional relationships. And so you want to be able to nurture the relationships that you have. You know, if you meet someone, for example, you're watching all these great speakers, you might not didn't meet them in person, but once you reach out to them on their social, to nurture that relationship, begin to read what they publish, begin to continue to follow them, you know, continue to add information in terms of what they are doing. Okay. The third one, in order to have a great mentorship relationship, you need to have a vision for your professional and personal career. You need to have a vision for your your personal life and your professional career. We're going to sit with the professionals part here. But if you don't know where you're going, a mentor can't help you. You know, you have to know where you're going. And even that may take some mentorship in itself, in terms of knowing where you are going, knowing what your career path looks like, knowing where you want to be in business. That could take some mentorship itself. The next one, and here's one that I tell people, do this, especially if you're on the job, do this. And that is raise your hand for visibility opportunities. Okay. If there are opportunities at your job, don't say, that's not in my job description. Don't say, I don't want to do that. Don't say, that's not going to help me at all. Raise your hand for opportunities that take you outside of your comfort zone. Raise your hand for those opportunities. It is so very important. Let me give you an example. When I was senior vice president at the community college system, I would tell, some of the people that work for me the same thing. Raise your hand for opportunities. But to be frank with you, there were some things that I was like, I don't want to do that. That's not something that I want to do. And one of them was planning the annual Christmas party. Hated it. Did not want to do it. I had my own for my own division, and my division had about 100 people in it. But I just didn't want to be on the overall one. So anyway, so what I decided to do one year was, you know what? I'm telling everybody else to do this, so let me try it. So I did. And you know what? I was able to not only get to know people in my own division better, but I was able to learn about and know about and spend time with people from the other divisions that I would not have necessarily been able to spend time with before. And so there are opportunities, and that's a small one because I got to personally know people, right? But then what about professional opportunities? What about when it comes to a time where someone may call you and says, you know what, I've got this great opportunity for you to speak to a group of people at a lunch and learn. And you can tell them about your business while you're there. And then the first thing that goes through your mind, I don't have time. I can't get off of work. I don't like speaking in front of people. Let me help you. You've got to get rid of all those thoughts. And this is what I'm mentoring you right now. You've got to get rid of all those thoughts. You've got to stop telling yourself what you can't do. And you've got to say, you know what? I'm going to do this opportunity. I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity because it will expand my business. Raise your hand for opportunities. If someone gives you the opportunity to do something, then do it. Just like Dr. Kelly has given us opportunity to be able to speak. Why would we say no? This is a wonderful opportunity for speakers. We're being seen around the world. We're helping people around the world, and that's what we do. So That's the next one. That's number 4. Raise your hand for opportunities. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about these, but remember, I'm mentoring you, right? Okay? Know your value and make your value visible. That sort of goes back to the one before. You got to investment of your gifts, if you don't know what they are, right? So you've got to be able to know what you bring to the table, know.
Hey, welcome to Be the Victor Speaker Academy, where we do everything from video courses to our monthly membership. We got some personalized coaching if you're looking to start getting paid.
Someone, the president of the community college system at the time, noticed me because I was doing a presentation at NC State. And when I was doing that presentation, I was making my value visible. Okay. I was letting people know what are the things that I do and what are the things that I do well and what I've accomplished. And then I taught about some things in distance learning. I had no idea that the president of the community college system at the time was in the audience. And then about 6 months later, he calls me to ask me to be his vice president over all the technology and distance learning. So if you are not out there presenting, if you are not out there making your business known, and let me help you. This is just a side note. Let's put a pin and we'll go to a side note here. Making your value visible is not posting on Facebook once a day. Okay. I'm not going to go down that because it'll take me down a path I don't want to go down in this presentation. But making your value visible is getting up in front of people that are your ideal clients. Be nervous, be scared, do it afraid. Remember, I'm mentoring you right now. Do it afraid, but do it. Okay, but do it. No one will know your value unless you make that value visible. And then the 2 more here on how do you position yourself for a mentor is make sure they see you in action. If they don't see you, they won't know you, right? If they don't see you, they won't know you. They won't know what you're capable of. I have mentors right now, and some of my mentors are paid. Some of them are not. It just depends on the kind of program they have, right? I have paid mentorship programs. There are other people who have paid mentorship programs that I'm in, right? But you have to let future mentors know, okay, that you can actually do something, that you can do the work. So many times people will say, well, Dr. Sandra, I did not get that promotion on my job. Well, you didn't get that promotion on your job because you were doing your regular job. Sometimes you've got to do your regular job, but then show people, the people that can make these decisions, that you have experience, you have expertise, you have skills and competencies where you can do something else. Okay. And they won't know that. You have to do that. You have to take responsibility for your own business and moving up in your business and bringing people to your business and taking your business out, right? You have to do that. Again, we're having a mentorship session because mentorship is a success strategy. And one of the places that I've seen people fall more in business than any other area is not making themselves visible, not showing their value. Okay. So what were they? Network, and network some more. Form and nurture your professional and personal relationships. Have a vision for your business and your career. Raise your hand for opportunities, and they should take you outside your comfort zone. Know your value and make your value visible. And then your future mentors need to see you at work. Now, here's one. I was just at a conference recently, and I want to add one more, and that is take your value beyond just doing what you do every day at work. Okay, what does that mean? We already talked about raising your hands for special projects. Here's some other things that you can begin to do. Begin to solve big problems. Okay, when I was on my job and in my business, I solved big problems. As a mentor, I solve problems that other people may not be able to solve. So that's what you want to be able to do. You want to be able to show people that you can solve big problems, that your business is the answer to their problems. But you've got to show that. You've got to be able to show people that you can do that. Volunteer, another way to be able to position yourself for mentorship is to volunteer. Mentors like me, if we're volunteering, if I'm volunteering with someone that I may not know, and then they begin to develop that relationship with me, and then they want to be in my mentorship program, well then, hey, now I'm knowing them. Okay, you've got to make yourself visible. Another one that a lot of people don't do, get on a podcast. But you're like, well, Dr. Sandra, how can I be on a podcast? You know what? There are tons and tons and so many podcasts out there. Believe me, you have to go search for them and get on podcasts and share your knowledge. Share your knowledge. Networking, we've already talked about that one. And here's another one. If your organization if you're working and you're in an organization, or there's another type of organization that has a mentorship program at your job or at your university or wherever you are, get in it. Get in that mentorship program. I have been in, like I said, I've been in mentorship programs that were part of my job. And I've also been in mentorship programs that I paid to be in, because I know the value of mentorship. Because what is it? Mentorship is a success strategy. Now, the last thing I want to leave you with is, developing your personal core board of directors. Now, your personal board of directors, these are people that are mentoring you in certain areas. So here's one thing you need to remember. Your personal board of directors needs to be fluid. It's not going to be the same people all the time, because remember, there are some mentors that will be in your life forever because they've just always been there for you. But there are other mentors that are going to be in your life for a reason and for a season. They may be there for a particular reason to help build you in a certain area of your business, and that can only be for a specific amount of time. And so your board needs to change based on your needs and then based on the needs of your business. But here's the thing I want you to remember about your personal board of directors is that there's no certain size. There's no certain like number. When I say size, I mean no certain number, but you want to have people that are there to respond to where you need guidance, okay, where you need support. This is your personal board of directors. Everything goes back to you assessing your strengths and your areas of improvement, okay, or areas where you need to grow. So, because that personal board of directors is going to be doing one of two things. They're going to be either helping you to gain your strengths, okay, get stronger in an area, or they're helping you to grow a particular area where you may need improvement. So if there's areas in your business, one of the areas in my business that I guess because I'm a teacher, and everything, I love teaching and I love training, was in sales and in closing sales. I had to have guidance. I took a training first, and then I added on the mentorship component, because that's what I like to do. I like to have training, but I also like to have a mentorship component where someone can work with me one-on-one and help me and guide me, right? So I took the training on how to close sales. Then I did the mentorship on it. And then I felt so much more confident after all of that. So when you're working with your own personal board of directors, it may not be the same people for life. And the number of people is based on what you need. Like I said, everything goes back to that initial assessment. So your personal board of directors are those people that support and guide you in getting stronger in areas where you have strength and growing in areas where you may need growth, whether it's personally or professionally. But here's what I want you to remember about that personal board of directors. They all don't have to look like you. They all don't have to believe like you. You want them to have the same values that you do, of course, and whatever values that you're going to require. But don't say, well, that person doesn't look like me, or they don't go to the same church as I do, or they haven't done this or that, so they can't mentor me. You know what? My very first paid mentor, get this, she was almost 20 years younger than I am. Okay, than I am at the time. Okay, we're still 20 years apart, but you know what? She was running a multi-million-dollar personal and professional development organization, and she was doing it successfully. I would be in her sessions where I would see her offer something for $10,000 and have 30 people come to the front of the room to pull out their credit cards. And I wanted to learn how to do that. So I paid to be in her mentorship program to learn how to do that. It took years for me to get there because I had some other things that I needed other mentors to help me with, but finally got there with other levels of mentorship programs and with other levels of things that I offer. But you know what? She looked like me in terms of she was an African-American female, but she was younger than I was. Some people are like, well, person can't mentor me unless they're older than I am. That's a myth. Here's what you need to remember, that the people that are on your board of directors need to be at least 7 steps ahead of you. Write that down. People that are on your board of directors need to be at least 7 steps ahead of you, meaning that they've been there, done that 7 times before you met them. All right. So they can give you the good, the bad, and the ugly of what it is in terms of the area that you're looking for mentorship in. So if you're looking for mentorship in how to close sales, for example, then there are people that there are mentorship programs that can help you with that. If you're looking for a mentorship program that helps you gain confidence because you don't have the confidence to step out there and do your business, then find a mentorship find a training program with mentorship so that you can make that happen. Why? Because mentorship is a success strategy. Now, here's something else about your personal board of directors. They should have different perspective than you. They could, and when I say different, I mean they can bring in other perspectives. They should have maybe different thoughts. You don't want everybody thinking like you. They think like you. Where are they going to take you? What additional can they offer to you, right? You want them to have different experiences, maybe experiences in other areas that maybe you don't have experience in, and then different networks and relationships, because a great mentor will introduce you to his or her network. That is, if you're doing the work and doing what you need to do, they will introduce you to their networks. So when you think about your board of directors, you want to make sure that they have the skills, abilities, and expertise that you're looking for, okay, that you need support with. But you also want to know, what perspective, what school of thought, what experiences, and what networks and relationships are they bringing as well. So this is very important. Let me give you an example. One of my mentors, who was still my mentor, is a person who was in the General Assembly, great man, and I don't mention his name for personal reasons, but I don't mention his name, but I will tell you that he is an old white male. And he would mentor me, have me in his office. I would go places with him, when he had to go speak. And one day I asked him, why are you doing this? Why are you, because I didn't ask to be mentored. I just sort of fell into it, right? I said, why are you doing this? And he said to me something I will never forget. He said to me, because I want you to be successful. Mentorship makes people successful. Remember, mentorship is a success strategy. I want you to be successful. And then he said, and also, in order to be successful in what you're doing, Sandra, you need an old white male at your table. And I don't think that you have an old white male at your dinner table every single night. But you need my perspective, because that's who you're working with on a day-to-day basis. You need my thought process, because you need to understand the thought process of the people that you're working with. So what am I saying? Your board of directors doesn't have to look like you, but your board of directors should be able to give you a perspective, a thought process, experiences, and relationships and networks that you don't have access to. They should be able to work with you in getting in, or either introduce you to theirs. Okay. So make sure that that board of directors can not only guide you in your business, but also take you further in your business. So here's what I want you to do. And I'm going to close with this. I have a personal mentorship planner that I want to offer you. And you can go to personalmentorshipplanner.com, personalmentorshipplanner.com. Say it one more time, personalmentorshipplanner.com. Fill in your name, your email, and you'll get access to a mentorship planner that helps you to not only, it talks about mentorship, it talks about different ways you can have a successful mentorship relationship, but it also helps you to plan that board of directors. It helps you to be able to determine, here are the things that I need in a board of directors, and helps you start to build that board of directors. So I would love for you to go to personalmentorshipplanner.com, fill in your name, your email, get that information, and start planning your board of directors. Again, mentorship is a success strategy. If you want to, like Dr. Kelly and you've heard 1,000 times, genius is common. Geniuses have mentors. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Dr. Williams. You have given us, let me tell you, some valuable information. I have had my pen here and I have taken my notes. So
Great.
Thank you so much. We do want to remember that the Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college, or even our K-12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students, so please go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App that you see on the screen below, which is $BBX USA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students, you can also register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. We want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We do want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for June 2023, NC100, Booty Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Rocher Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Milani Shani Global, Executive Women Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, and of course, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Hi.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K-12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. Please, you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund or use the Cash App at $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. Please donate to the Black Business Expo USA Scholarship Fund.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Bravery is not the absence of fear, but the ability to overcome it. We stand for those who defy suppression, who speak out, and those who walk the road less traveled. Everyone deserves to be seen and their voices to be heard. We're sparking a movement, growing a community of creators united by the desire for freedom, choice, equity, and ownership. At Fanbase, it's all for one and one for all. We support each other to guide, promote, and uplift you in a place where you can unapologetically be yourself. A place where your voice, ideas, and creativity are not just welcomed, but celebrated. We are Black founded, minority funded, and supported by a diverse, inclusive, powerful community that believes in the strength of authenticity and individual choice. Regardless of success or background, we welcome you, the marginalized, the underappreciated, the successful, the superstar. We're for all who seek a space to express themselves freely, where they are rewarded for being their authentic, true self. We transcend labels because only we have the right to define ourselves. We are built for the brave, the culture, the creators, and for the future where everyone has a power to shape their own destiny, where all are empowered, voices are amplified, and freedom is embraced. For the first time, you have a chance to own the platform you helped make popular. It's a revolution, a movement in how we connect, create, and share. Everyone is a creator, and everyone has a fan base. Here, you can be you without limits.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.
Hey everyone, it's Grant McGaugh, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow the Brand podcast and TV series, where I help you to build a 5-star brand that people will follow. My genius is personal brand development through intelligent communication and helping you achieve your business and career goals. I am a requested speaker on digital technology and brand development issues. I want to work with you to increase the value of your current opportunities while attracting new ones. Every one of you is unique, and we all share challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. As a super connector, I work with you as an executive coach to guide you along the complicated business and career development road, providing the enhancement tools and information you need to succeed. Together, I will help you succeed in today's challenging business climate. I will evaluate and measure your progress. Best of all, I am right alongside you every step of the way. Build the brand called you. Genius is coming.
Every speaker has a moment where their words can spark inspiration, drive change, and transform lives. But what happens after the applause fades? With 5-Star BDM, your voice doesn't have to fade. We transform your live session into a professional ebook. Imagine your session becoming a permanent interactive asset, reaching new audiences across the globe. Like Grant McGaugh and Dr. Eric Kelly III, whose session on the Mindset Revolution continues to inspire thousands through their custom ebook. Your ideas can become a lasting impact. Turn your session into an ebook that not only tells your story but expands your reach, builds your brand, and engages your audience. With embedded videos, custom graphics, and a stunning flipbook or PDF format, your message will inspire long after the event is over. And for a limited time only during the Black Business Olympics, get your custom ebook today. This is your chance to transform your message into something truly unforgettable at an unbeatable price. Your package includes a professionally designed ebook, a flipbook or PDF, embedded video of your session, and custom graphics. Everything you need to showcase your message in a way that lasts. With 5-Star BDM, your session becomes more than a moment. It becomes an opportunity for growth, greater visibility, and lasting impact. See your influence multiply as your message reaches new clients, partnerships, and platforms. Ready to turn your ideas into a global movement? Visit 5starbdm.com to secure your custom ebook today. Your audience is ready to listen.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million plus women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
Hello, my name is Kiasi Helm and I'm 14 years old. I think my genius would probably have to be setting goals and achieving them. I say this because ever since I was young, I always wanted to be an author, and at age 11, I ended up achieving this. But not only did I end up becoming an author, I ended up becoming a public speaker, a publisher, a business owner, all these great things. The name of my business is Written by Kids Publishing Company. I decided to start this company because I thought it was important for me to help kids my age express themselves through literacy and just achieve their own goals. Because to me, achieving goals is the best thing in the world to feel. It's you just achieving things and aspirations that you set for yourself. And I know that everybody is capable of this, because even if you don't end up achieving the goal, you still tried your best, and that's the most important thing. And everybody is capable of this because genius is common. Thank you.
Over the past few years, we've seen the growth of existing and new initiatives focused on financial inclusion, building global networks, and reducing the wealth gap in response to the idea there's not enough seats at the table. Whether their outcomes are to increase the representation of Black executives on corporate boards, ensure an inclusive global economy, or to create new U.S. African commercial pathways, the strategies are often carried out by separate programs. The question is, should they be? With the continent of Africa being home to more than half of the world's fastest growing economies, the youngest workforce, over 400 companies generating more than $1 billion annually, 700 generating more than $500 million annually that are poised for growth, and being the destination of nearly $5 billion in venture capital in 2021. Diversifying U.S. and Africa commercial engagement by building bridges between African businesses and their U.S. diaspora should begin being seen as mutually beneficial. From helping to reduce Africa's enormous capital gap to catalyzing two-way trade opportunities, the COVID-19 global pandemic hopefully has taught us that global challenges and opportunities are more interconnected than we thought. During the pandemic, African companies like Unicorn Flutterwave, insurance provider Reliance Health, ride-hailing app Yasir, and 54Gene, the continent's first bank of DNA on people of African descent, proved that when African companies have access to networks, capital, and information, they grow big, grow fast, and create solutions that are valuable to the world. This is why Be Direct was created. We are the first U.S.-based but African-centric board preparedness and board search company designed to connect U.S. Black talent and corporations to African businesses. Unique and fundamental to Be Direct's success is our process of helping board candidates adapt their experience and networks to an African context before they're connected to high-growth companies that are looking to locally and globally scale. From our focus groups with African business execs and government leaders, we don't ignore the sentiment that business is easy, but people are hard. Having a pool of board candidates with hard-to-access networks and extensive experience across the business life cycle, including successfully raising capital, is table stakes for an initiative like this. So yes, we have that. But corporate or entrepreneurial success in the U.S. does not guarantee success in Africa. Developed alongside industry partners on the continent, our training program, Be Direct Prep, is designed to transpose their experience to create cultural comfort, understanding, and a commitment to helping businesses in Africa scale. Our board governance sessions are African continental and country specific, integrated with cultural awareness and dexterity training, masterclasses led by African industry execs, and mentoring and coaching from African continental-based facilitators. But even more unique to Be Direct Prep, we cap off our training program with an immersion trip to help candidates that have not been to Africa before see and feel Africa's complexity and opportunity from African soil. We all know traditional network-based board placement has historically left a lot of us out of ever really being in the paid board pipeline. Our strategy supports the work of many great organizations that are successfully filling seats at U.S. board tables by creating more tables for those that are still left on the sideline. It's time to start seeing the role and value of U.S. Black talent and businesses on the continent of Africa differently. Old perceptions and habits limit economic inclusion. Let's transition Black talent and the African businesses they will support from the periphery of the global economy to its core. Living in a global lockdown, we all know now how fast local and global economies can change, and see the value of having businesses that hire, strengthen local value chains, and even grow globally. Status quo in any form holds back progress. We must democratize U.S.-Africa commercial engagement by socially and economically connecting cultures that have long been disconnected. It's time for Africa's U.S. diaspora to redefine their global value by helping African businesses scale continentally and globally.
Sometimes you got to hear the news from the Black perspective, and more specifically, Black publishers. And that's exactly why you have to download the Hey Tie app, the largest mobile app delivering breaking news, videos, and podcasts from 200 of your favorite Black publishers. Yes, 200 Black publishers delivering news as it happens, literally all in one app. Go to HAYTI.com or download the app in the Google Play Store or Apple App Store. It's completely free, along with information that you can trust, so go check them out.
Follow the Brand TV broadcast host, Grant McGaw, as he visits with top executives and entrepreneurs to find out their secrets of success with their personal brand. Follow the Brand TV broadcast host as he focuses on brand development to build better relationships, bring value to your business, relationships, and career. You will enjoy listening to each episode that is tailored to speak to you directly. If you're looking for this type of clarity in terms of building your brand, you have tuned into the right station. Each episode will help you to shape a conversation in the 5-star BDM network of 20,000 professionals and become a springboard for your corporate engagement and business opportunities. Each guest will frame their story in the areas of personal branding, business development, career development, financial empowerment, and technology innovation. Grant McGaw explains why he is the CEO and owner of his own professional career. Grant is an accomplished business leader and entrepreneur who wants to give back to individuals to grow their personal brand strategy. Tune in as he weaves his story about new possibilities, while to you exceed expectations. If you love storytelling, this show will make for fun.
Are you searching for a website that truly reflects your mission and vision? The 5-star BDM website services portfolio, led by Grant McGaw, transforms ideas into impactful digital platforms for personal brands, nonprofits, and small businesses. Each project in our portfolio tells a unique story. From JADICC, a infection control expert organization with professional polish, to Ekaba World Community, a dynamic hub for events and memberships, and Pink Lotus Project, empowering women with donation and program features, every site is crafted using our Brave branding framework and mobile-first development. Our portfolio is more than a gallery. It highlights project context, purpose, and measurable outcomes. We demonstrate brand consistency, strategic user experience, and deliver results that build trust and drive engagement. A world-class portfolio proves capability, sets you apart from competitors, and positions you as an authority. It is your most trusted sales tool and reputation asset. Ready for a website that leads with purpose? Book a discovery consultation or request a brand audit today.
Is it to land on the front cover of a top-tier global publication? The answer may surprise you. If you are a business owner, industry leader, speaker, author, or coach, this is your opportunity to get featured in a publication that reaches worldwide. We want to be able to tell your story, showcase your brand. We have made it so easy. All you have to do is answer a few questions and tell us a little bit about your business, and we'll take care of the rest. But why get featured? 1, it gives you massive exposure to a global audience. 2, it helps to boost your credibility and your authority in your industry. And 3, it helps you to expand your network and unlock opportunities. Now, right now, we are offering a special limited time offer. You can be seen by over 10,000 viewers and readerships each month. So don't wait. This is your time to elevate your business and get featured. All you have to do is click the link below and get started today.
Whether you're an entrepreneur, innovator, or trailblazer, Tap In Magazine is where your voice gets amplified and your brand goes global. We've featured over 100 powerful leaders, and we're just getting started. Get seen in national publications, reach thousands of readers, and join a legacy of impact makers. This isn't just a magazine, it's a movement. With 700 plus online distribution channels, we give your story the visibility it deserves. Ready to turn the page on your next chapter? Tap In Magazine, where visibility meets legacy. Tap in now at tapinmagazine.com.
You are a Black-owned business and you're looking for new ways to expand your reach. Or you're a creative and you have an amazing story that needs to be told, seen, and heard. Well, at Fayview Night TV, we're streaming the diverse and authentic narratives of Black American culture. At Fayview Night TV, you have access to product placement, feedback loops, promotional spotlights, and other ways to showcase your brand. And we have fans all around the world that can't wait to see what you're up to. So come to Fayview Night TV because we are showcasing the culture 24/7 with Black stories and Black storytellers. Subscribe to FayviewNightTV.com today. And for more information, email us at info@FayviewNightTV.com or call our hotline at 816-819-9939. Fayview Night TV, one of the largest platforms showcasing Black American content in the world.
I was born in a little village on the island of Haiti. Many deadly diseases pounded me. It is as if they were on a mission to end my existence on this earth. I refused to give up. In 1983, I left Haiti and came to the United States of America. And I came with $5, 2 shirts. I didn't speak any English. I came to Atlanta. I got a job. I was a doorman. I was a doorman with a dream. What I used to come on stage. I'd rehearse this moment that I'm standing in front of you. That's the power of a dream. Maybe today is the day you begin acting as if you already have it. And then step out with full force. Take a risk. No condition is permanent. Don't let your situation distract you. You are chosen. You are called. You are born for a purpose in this life.
Phenomenal Tanya T. Wise, who is here from the great state of Maryland. Tanya, welcome and thank you for being with us today. Can you indulge our audience a little bit and tell them just a little bit more about who you are and what it is that you do?
Well, I love being able to talk to people and have a magnetic attitude, being able to just show them. So I always like to say, level up is Coach at Tanya T. Wise here.
So can you tell our audience, just give them a teaser about what your presentation will be about?
So my philosophy is that we should all be living our dream life. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about how you start living your dream life. What are some of the things that you thought about in your childhood that you just kind of let go and dormant?
Wow.
And I want to reignite that and just give you some pointers and some tips, some tools, some strategies to be able to start living your best life now. And guess what, Wanda? And leave an inheritance for your legacy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I know that's resonating with a lot of people. I've heard that you have a dynamic coaching program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools, we help them implement strategies, as well as give them resources so that they can live their best life now and leave that inheritance.
Wow. Oh, I love that. I love the leave the inheritance part. Listen, you are dropping some major nuggets, and I know a lot of what you're saying is resonating with a lot of people, but I think we're all curious. How did you even make this transition into the speaking and coaching arena? What's the story behind this?
So I started out in finance, and I realized that a lot of people don't necessarily go after their dream life because of the lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, let's live it.
If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that?
Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T. Wise.
Sometimes you got to hear the news from the Black perspective, and more specifically, Black publishers. And that's exactly why you have to download the Hey Tie app, the largest mobile app delivering breaking news, videos, and podcasts from 200 of your favorite Black publishers. Yes, 200 Black publishers delivering news as it happens, literally all in one app. Go to HAYTI.com or download the app in the Google Play Store or Apple App Store. It's completely free, along with information that you can trust, so go check them out.
Hey, welcome to Be the Victor Speaker Academy, where we do everything from video courses to our monthly membership. We got some personalized coaching if you're looking to start getting paid. I see a lot of you out there that are published authors or you're thought leaders and podcasters, but you're not getting paid to speak. This Be the Victor Speaker Academy is all about you. It's to help you monetize your expertise, start getting paid from school districts, colleges, and other event planners that are out there looking for your expertise. So stick around with us, watch the videos, download the downloadable documents, and check out what we got next in store for you.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Victor Johnson. I am your business moderator for this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. I'm excited to introduce our speaker for this afternoon, Hester Johnson Moore. She's a dynamic speaker, actress, author, and civil rights historian whose powerful storytelling has inspired audiences from classrooms to national stages. Born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee, Hester was only 16 years old when she marched alongside the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in his final protest for justice in 1968. A firsthand witness to history, she has since dedicated her life to preserving the legacy of the civil rights movement and empowering the next generation through education, arts, and advocacy. A graduate of the University of Memphis with a degree in theater and communications, trained at American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York, Hester has spent decades performing, presenting, and teaching across the country. She is the author of 16 in 68, My Story, a powerful memoir that chronicles her journey from fear to fearlessness and serves as a blueprint for values-based living, nonviolence, and community leadership. Through her nationally recognized work with museums, school districts, libraries, colleges, and cultural organizations, including the National Civil Rights Museum, the African American Museum of Dallas, Virginia State University, and the Memphis Symphony, Hester Moore continues to inspire audiences of all ages to become the change agents for peace, justice, and humanity. She currently resides in Dallas-Fort Worth area and is available for keynote speaking, storytelling, presentations, and civil rights workshops. I present to you Hester Johnson Moore.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I am honored that the Black Business Network has invited me to share my story as a 16-year-old in Memphis, Tennessee. Wow, that was great. So what I can do is share with you my signature speech. Is that what we're getting ready to do here?
Yes,
I appreciate your time, and I hope that all that are listening, all that see this would reach out to me, Hester J. Moore at gmail.com. If you're administrator or any of your school official, would love to have me there. I would love to be there. Let me just start. 1968, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm half grown and I couldn't wait. Bell bottoms, tight jeans, high afros, and fire hydrants. The bigger the fro, the badder the attitude. Aretha on the radio. James Brown got the street dancing, and it's hot. It's loud. Tensions are rising. And boom, 1,300 Black men walked off their jobs for better pay, to be treated like men with respect. 2 men lost their job, lost their lives while they ate on the back of a garbage truck, weren't able to go into the lunchroom, killed for doing their job. And now everything changes, and especially for me. Now, I'm 16 years old. And while the really grown folks were worried about politics and strikes and trash, I was worried about boys. That's right, BOYS. Boys. Yeah, on Monday mornings, That was my thing, boy watching 101. Now, the grades, I had them. I got my lesson, but crushes, I studied them. Did my mama know? She was really strict. So I said to her one day, those old boys, I don't care for them. Mm, wink, wink. But then there was a Mr. McGee. Mr. McGee was a neighbor, a sanitation worker. And one evening, while standing on my porch, there Mr. McGee comes, dragging in his steps, head bowed down, shoulders slumped, as if he had the weight of the city on his shoulders. I spoke to Mr. McGee. He half spoke, but I do remember that day. I remember that day. I had a changed attitude toward the Memphis sanitation workers' 1968 strike. I wanted to do something to help, but I was just 16 years old. Now I come from a family of 15 children. Didn't know that we were poor. My mother was always helping, and I wanted to do something to help. But what could I do? I'm only 16 years old. But one day, while I was in the hallway, two teachers came over to me and said, would you like to march with Dr. King? He's agreed to come to Memphis to assist with the striking sanitation workers. Now, I thought I heard that correctly, but I wasn't sure. Who? Dr. King? And the teacher said, yeah. And I said back to the teacher, you meaning the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? And he repeated again, yes. Dr. King has agreed to come, but he sent word to the clergymen to tell the educators that he wants more young people to participate. He wants you to be a voice. He wants you to be a voice in this movement. And I said yes. When we got downtown to participate, I remember that the teacher said that we had to go through training, a nonviolent training, before we would have hit the streets of Memphis, Tennessee. The training was hard, let me say. The adults screamed at us, called us names, getting us ready because we had no idea what was going to take place. And I can remember that I said in my book, the first time that I encountered hate was an older white woman, wrinkled in her face, her neck, her hands, spitting out words of hate. But in our training, we were not to meet hate with hate. So this is what I want to say to you, young people. You are not here for the next generation. You're here for the now generation. The world is loud, just like it was in 1968. But you don't have to be another echo. Be a voice. Be a builder. Be a legacy leaver. Now, when we were ready to march on March the 28th to City Hall, 1968, As you know, chaos and confusion happened, and it was chaotic. But the training that we had kept us in place, kept us mindful of what to do next. And we knew what to do next. I say to you again, don't meet hate with hate. When the world gets loud and when it gets messy, stand for something greater than yourself. You stay disciplined, is how you carry yourself. Now, someone asked the question, what was the defining moment for me? What was the defining moment for me to know that I needed to be involved at the age of 16 was the day that I saw Mr. McGee. That was the defining moment. But Dr. King knew at the age of 16, we couldn't be down there all willy-nilly. So when the time came, when glass was breaking, voices loud, police hitting us, we knew we were in position. We knew what to do. Young people, I'm saying to you what I learned. It's not about age. It's about action. Today, you can stand up and be heard, but you have to have a plan. You have to have strategy. And you have to know when it meet you face to face, when hate meet you face to face, you do not have to respond with hate. Have a plan. Your life depends on it. I know today that the strategy that we used back then over 55 plus years ago saved my life, saved the other youth's life. I'm reminded of a situation that happened not long ago where a young man was stopped. The police broke his window and punched him in the face. And that young man stood, did not flinch. To me, he grew taller. That was me. His eyes were me, Hester Johnson. I was him. He saved his life. And you can do the same. I want you to know you have to keep your eyes on the prize. Stay focused. That prize could be your life. That prize could be anything that you set your mind to. I want to leave you with, keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Administrators, school officials, I am available to come to your school to dispel the notion that being nonviolent is weak. No, it isn't. It's about being strong. It's about being focused. I thank you. I am Hester Moore, author, actress, poet, storyteller, and an activist for the children, for the young people. I thank you. I thank you for having me, and I look forward to hearing from you. Genius is common. I'll see you on the other side.
Hey, welcome to Be the Victor Speaker Academy, where we do everything from video courses to our monthly membership. We got some personalized coaching if you're looking to start getting paid. I see a lot of you out there that are published authors or you're thought leaders and podcasters, but you're not getting paid to speak. This Be the Victor Speaker Academy is all about you. It's to help you monetize your expertise, start getting paid from school districts, colleges, and other event planners that are out there looking for your expertise. So stick around with us, watch the videos, download the downloadable documents, and check out what we got next in store for you.
Plush toy and bed sheets that centers around reading and being read to. The trademarked and patent pending plush toy will play 5 of my stories, soothing music, and you can record your own stories, songs, and messages using your own voice via the USB port. Kobe the Storytime plush tail koala bear also holds a book to put a picture of a child's loved one in it. The bed sheets have an entire bullying book printed on it. It has positive quotes, a word search game, a typing keyboard, and an open book with general questions. It has 2 pillowcases, a top sheet, and a fitted sheet, and it comes in a twin size. Becoming an author and inventing my products is an opportunity for me to give parents everywhere an interactive reading experience that's fun and unique. I believe reading together is important. My company, Incorp Literary Works, is taking storytime and bedtime reading to a whole new level for our new generation of children. Genius is common.
5-Star BDM, Brand Development Masters, is a professional consulting and advisory group keenly focused on business development services for the small to mid-sized business and entrepreneurs. Although every business is unique, they often share business development challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. Services include process improvement and operations, digital strategy and transformation, business intelligence, digital marketing, and personal branding. Our business and personal branding company has helped a number of professionals and organizations to optimize and grow. This results in more business, more opportunities, better reach, positive outcomes. Visit www.5starbdm.com today to learn more.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso. A new concept in social media, Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces its community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Truso. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Truso is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
Why do I do what I do? You know, my life coach asked me that a few years ago. And she said, Tony, what's your why? And I told her, and she said, girl, you've already accomplished that. Perhaps you need a new why.
Hi, Tony Harris, Amy Hoydu with Say It Said Marketing, one of your students. And just wanted to say thank you, Tony Harris, for spending so much time with me and giving me that boost in my business that I so drastically needed.
My why is to touch, move, and inspire my clients to take drastic steps to be better than they were before they met me. I'm a resource. I'm a connector. I want to help people build deeper relationships that are beneficial to their life and business. That's what I do best.
So, first thing you got to do is show up. And speaking is a way to magnetically attract your ideal client to you. How many of you use social media that way? Absolutely, and this is how you look to the world. Drastic steps are the steps that are needed to be successful. And my business is drastic denotes a mindset. Getting out of your comfort zone. Doing something that you don't necessarily feel comfortable doing, want to do, but you know it's a necessary step to be successful in your business.
I get the most satisfaction when I see my connections flourishing into relationships long after I am gone.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Augustine with Linda Jasmine, and I've joined several networking and referral groups in the area. And Network in Action Northeast Houston with Tony Harris Taylor is one of the best organizations that I've joined.
I love that piece of what I do, and it is what fuels my fire. My name is Tony Harris Taylor, saying take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow.
Are you a forward-thinking entrepreneur or business owner? The world is changing faster than ever, and it's time to pivot and adapt to the future. Hello LLC is here to help you do just that. Hello stands for helping enterprises leverage leading-edge optimizations. Our innovative solutions can streamline operations, reduce overhead costs, and give you a competitive edge in a market projected to reach $5 trillion by 2030. By pivoting to the metaverse, businesses can tap into a rapidly growing market that is projected to be a significant part of daily life for 25% of Americans by 2026. As a full digital metaverse agency, the Hello LLC can help you create custom solutions to streamline operations, increase productivity, reduce costs, and drive brand recognition. Why should you pivot to the metaverse with the Hello LLC? By leveraging cutting-edge technology, you can provide immersive experiences for your customers, expand your global reach, and unlock new revenue streams. Contact us today to make the pivot.
I'm Ramon Ray, founder of Smart Hustle Magazine and smallbiztechnology.com.
You're here today to celebrate small business success. Stand up on your feet. You rocked the house. It was amazing. Didn't we learn? For me, success comes from failure. One thing not to do is shake somebody's hand like this.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business.
Did you know that approximately 333.34 million businesses exist today, according to a report from 2021? And you may be one of those businesses, or maybe you're not in the business market yet, but you're aspiring to be a business owner. Well, guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, everything is about timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Richey, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Richey Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Richey, as well as books to boom your business and bring who you are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics is designed to help people just like you, that's right, that look like me, to take their business to the next level. Not just in your front yard or your backyard, but globally. The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics is designed not to just help you survive, but to help you thrive. So join us today as we come together with businesses all around the world to support our students, our children, our young teens, our young entrepreneurs. What we do is we come together to help raise funds for students who are aspiring to be business entrepreneurs, who are aspiring and who are thriving in college. We endow them with a wonderful opportunity to gain scholarship of either a laptop or several thousands of dollars. And we invite you to help be a contributor to this amazing opportunity to help someone that looks just like you. So join us today at our website and let us connect with you and help you ignite and take flight in every area of your life on the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. I'll see you on the other side.
Hey guys, my name is Caden. I'm the CEO of Caden Teaches, and my genius is teaching kids about financial literacy. Throughout my financial products, such as my financial flashcards, my activity book, and my newest project, my financial bus, which I bought. And on the bus, it has a mock bank where kids will learn how to deposit and withdraw money, a mock grocery store where kids will be able to learn how to have a family budget, and a mock stock exchange where kids will even be able to learn how to invest in stocks. Now, I decided to start teaching kids about financial literacy because I find that most kids graduate high school without even knowing the basics about financial literacy. And I feel if I were to teach kids about financial literacy, that I would be able to help kids tap into their genius. And I actually learned about financial literacy to my dad because I would go to business meetings with him and I would always see that they were talking about financial literacy. And at that point, I didn't understand what financial literacy was. So I took it upon myself to learn about financial literacy and teach it to kids in a way that they could understand. But I want you guys to help me help kids tap into their genius by going to my website, cadenteaches.com, and you can sew into me in my financial bus by going to my GoFundMe link. And remember, if Caden can, you can too. Because genius is common.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million+ women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
Hi, my name is Holly Bird Miller, and I am the Brand and Beauty Ambassador for the Genius Common movement. I have 27 years in sales, marketing, business development, branding, and brand strategy. So my genius is common. What got me into the love of branding and beauty is I love to allow our professional clients to look like the best version of themselves, to elevate their executive presence. So I've surrounded myself with a global team of videographers, photographers, hairstylists, makeup artists, wardrobe stylists, social media managers, and brand strategists to make sure that we are your one-stop branding agency. So I am so proud to be the brand and beauty ambassador for the Genius is Common movement. My genius is common.
So what we have to do is when we get in the spot, we need to create some spots for us. That's the main thing. We need to be able to be in a position where we're able to create those spots for us. For me, being an entrepreneur, I'm not just going to get a business and then leave you sitting high and dry. If you ask me some questions about entrepreneurship, I'm going to give you as much as I received. I've seen people who made it, and then when you ask them, it's like, okay, now you have to pay me for the information, the same information I got for free. We probably in totally different cities. There's no way that we're going to bump heads or anything. We're not competing. Bring me up with you. And so I just think that whatever education that I have, then I need to be able to give that to my own as well. So create the spots. You can create the spots when you get there.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today
Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good morning, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Dr. Debbie Hood, and I'm your business moderator for this morning on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from all over, North Carolina, cities all over the United States, London, Singapore, Africa. So the Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Our next speaker is Dr. Tandra Price. With over 15 years of experience as a network marketer and sales professional, Dr. Price has created her next ventures, coaching and creating an empowerment movement for women in business and aspiring business owners. This concept quickly became successful, which led her to create Conversation Over Coffee. Tandra's or Dr. Price's empowerment brand focuses on connections, networking, and resources. Much of her success is attributed to her focus on training women to focus on 10 things before 10 o'clock and ensuring they have the right mindset, goals, communication, and support systems in place. The pillars, connection, networking, and resourcing, with the added bonus of accountability, have proven to be techniques needed to effectively network, strategies to grow businesses, and gain resources to become a valued resource to others. So I introduce to you Dr. Tandra Price.
Hello, good morning.
Good.
How are you, Dr. Hood? I'm so excited to be here.
Good morning. Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
Hello, everyone. Again, I am so glad to be here. My name is Dr. Tandra Price. I am a renowned international speaker. I'm an accomplished two-time best-selling author, expert network strategist, and I am the proud owner and editor-chief and publisher of Tapped In magazine. It is a global magazine recognized. Our publication has 4 sectors to it. It is women, men, speakers, and authors. We actually take the problem solving out of, for entrepreneurs, take the problem solving, making it much easier for entrepreneurs to spread their message and expand their network to reach a broader audience and generate appointments. Today, I'm super excited to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is mastering the art of communication. I'm going to share with you 5 steps in mastering the art of communication. The first one is going to be the best way to start a conversation. A lot of times when we are in mastering the art of communication, we need to really know, how do we start a conversation? It's really easy. I'm going to share a concept and technique with you. The second one is, when is the best time to network? I get that question asked all the time. When do we really need to network? 3, we're going to talk about what's the plan, whether you're networking in person or virtually. And 4, we're going to talk about how do you incorporate LinkedIn into the conversation. And 5, we're going to talk about how to Tapped In magazine help you spread your message to, again, a broader audience. So as I share these strategies with you, I have personally used techniques that I will be sharing with you to effectively have confident conversations anywhere. These techniques has also been used with my network to be proven a valuable techniques when they're actually networking. So I want to dive again into the world of mastering the art of communication and exploring the enhancement of building communication skills. So approximately, or should I say, did you know communication is always constantly happening? I kind of want to, as we do this conversation go along, I want to kind of take the word networking and conversation together. I want to kind of merge those together. Really, they're one big thing, which is conversation. But a lot of times people look at networking and already have this amazing outlook that they have to do much more than what they really need to do, other than when they're having a conversation. Everything is really on autopilot. But conversation is constantly happening around us. And approximately every 2 minutes, someone somewhere is engaging in a conversation. And in fact, you know what? Approximately 50% of the world right now, the population that we live in, use some form of platform or to do communication. Let me just share with you a few of what those platforms look like. And you probably already use them, but let me just share them with you. Let's take a look at when we're talking about spreading our message and we want to do it more effectively and efficiently. We use platforms like Facebook, via phone, maybe video chat. We do a lot of messaging app if you are on Facebook. In corporations, they do a lot of team chats where they can get their whole team together and do communications. Again, Instagram is another popular platform that helps us to be able to communicate our message. Twitter, Skype. We also have Google Meet, where we do a lot of, again, appointments. Zoom for sure, where we could do some face-to-face one-on-one meetings. Slack is another form of communication where you can communicate with it in a group. And then we also have WhatsApp. Again, we're always constantly seeking, how do we effectively spread our message to a mass market? How do we get it out there faster? How do we be able to express ourselves clearly and confident to help establish meaningful connections? Again, when we talk about mastering the art of communication, all those platforms show that there's constantly conversations that's happening approximately every 2 minutes. But let's really dive deep into it. I think the first thing that we need to understand is, how do we start a conversation? And I'm going to share with you 8 techniques on how we start a conversation. Now, a lot of these 8 techniques that I'm going to talk about, we do them constantly. We do them automatically. We don't even know that we're doing them. But the minute that we put the word networking over these particular 8 techniques, then we feel like we have to prepare ourselves with that. We have to have an outline. We have to get ready for our 30-minute elevator speech. But it's not. It's basically having a conversation, and we're doing it on autopilot. So if we take the word networking off the top and just use conversation, things tend to flow a little bit more easier. So the first topic, so the first part of starting a conversation is just introducing yourself. That is so easy. It is the basic thing that we do every day when we're talking to someone. A lot of times we, introduce ourselves. Hello, my name is Tandra Price. And then if we're in a business aspect, we always sum it up with a firm handshake. It's just a way of kind of introducing myself, letting you know the person who's in the room that's across from us. The second technique is always ask a question. Engaging people in together in a conversation is asking a question. It always prompts an immediate response when you ask someone a question. A lot of times we get into, even whether we're in networking in person and virtual, when we ask a question, immediately the person counterpart across from us is listening to us, and it prompts them to ask a question. The second thing is seek advice. People love to tap into being helpful resources or providing resources to us and getting their opinion on specific topics. Make sure that asking a question is a part of those 8 things or 8 steps that you do when starting a conversation. The fourth one is always complimenting. Complimenting is such an icebreaker. It offers a genuine compliment to a person to make them really feel good about themselves. When you get into the line of, like, say, a grocery store, or even if you're out in networking, they say always throw your arm out and do 3 steps out is when the next time you want to connect with someone. But when you're doing that, just offer a compliment. Let me tell you, I love to purchase shoes. So when I go into the store, I always look, or if there's someone next to me, I always compliment them on the shoe choice that they pick. And I always kind of followed up with, is these your shopping shoes, or are these your vacation shoes? It starts a conversation, you know, or, oh, those shoes look really nice on your foot, or you wearing them for a special occasion. Just coming out with some type of compliment. The fifth one is always make an observation of your surroundings. Just think about when you're out and about, you can immediately start a conversation by your surroundings, finding something in common, maybe some type of point of interest. It always brings up good conversation. Say if you're in a coffee shop and you walk in and you smell the aroma, I mean, that immediately prompts a conversation, because then I'm looking at my surroundings and it smells so good. And if you use your arm with 3 people in front, you can always touch the next person and say, oh my God, does that smell good? What do you normally buy when you come here? It always, again, prompts up a conversation. The 6th would always use humor. Humor is the best thing in any type of conversation. Find something of humor to laugh about, to talk about. It's kind of a lighthearted. Again, it's breaking the elephant in the room. Share a personal story is the 7th one. You can never go wrong with sharing a personal story. Capture someone's attention by sharing an intriguing story, maybe about your business, about maybe something personal that you know. It's always a good way to just kind of lighten the load of the conversation. And always show genuine interest. When you are actually in a conversation, please pay attention. Please nod your head, say or something. Let someone know that you are paying attention in the conversation, because it makes it so much more memorable. And then when you're trying to go set that appointment with someone next, then you have something that you have learned from these 8 steps of conversation that you can now implement in your follow-up process, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So I'm just going to go over again real quickly the 8 ways to start a conversation. We do them automatically. It's not nothing that we have to think about. It just comes to us on autopilot. So again, introduce yourself, ask a question, seek advice, compliment someone, look at your surrounding, pay attention to the observations around you. Always use humor, share a personal story, which makes it so much intriguing and captivating. And then always make sure that we are genuinely showing interest in the conversation. The next step we want to talk about is, when is the best time to network? I get asked this question all the time. When is the best time to network? Right now. A lot of times people think that they have to be set up at a certain time or pace to network. No, networking is 24/7. When you wake up in the morning, you start a conversation, you are networking. Networking never stops. So you don't really have to always be preparing yourself for networking. Again, when you wake up in the morning, you're having a conversation. Conversation leads into networking, or networking is conversation. And we have to kind of think about that as we go along through the process, that they are one and the same. But when you're actually networking, again, the best time is right now, because we're always constantly building relationships. There's always going to be a conversation to have, a topic to talk about. But it's almost like when you're dating someone, you're building that long-term relationship. You're really wanting to get to know someone, who they are, what they do, what their interests are, what they like. And that's the same when it comes to having, when you're networking and having a conversation. You are building a long-term process that requires effort to develop. It's important when you start building relationships and you continue to do them constantly. This has to be incorporated into your everyday process. I always talk about 10 things before 10. Networking is a part of those 10 things before 10. But it's an ongoing practice that we always have to make sure that we're doing. And if you're feeling kind of unsure about networking, you can always do the practice mode. Get in the mirror, practice introducing yourself, practice going over those 8 steps to starting a conversation. It will really help make things go smoothly and easily for you when you actually are out having a conversation or when you are networking. But we really want to nurture the relationships when you start networking. Again, make it into your daily routine. Make sure that you're always doing it on a constant basis. But if you do it right and you do it more effectively and efficiently, and you incorporate it into your daily practice, there's so many benefits that can come from networking. Let me share a few of them with you. Increasing visibility and credibility. Networking helps you, or having a conversation helps you to become more visible in your industry and in your community. It allows others to get to be familiar with who you are and your expertise. The second one, it always is open for opportunities or for collaboration. Through networking, you can connect with other like-minded individuals. It can open doors for you, and you can leverage each other's services, creativity. You can be able to collaborate with one another. Third, it builds brand awareness. Building relationships through networking allows you to promote your business. It allows you to be able to reach a wider audience, to talk to more people. And then most importantly, it's building business partnerships. Networking provides an avenue that identifies with personal business partners. Just think when you go to any conferences, networking events, or you join any online communities, it helps you to establish connections with individuals or organizations that align with your goals. There's so many more benefits that come with networking and building conversations together. The more you are out there, the more visible you are, the more connections you make, the more people that you can come in contact. And remember, networking is an ongoing process. It never stops. So real quickly, what's the plan? When you networking either virtually or in person, there has to be a plan. The first thing I want to say to you when you're networking is do research on the event. Research the event that you're attending, because we want to make sure that our ideal client is at those events. And we want to avoid wasting time going to events that really don't benefit us. 2, do some research on the co-hosts and hosts. This information is so helpful because it helps you to understand who's actually going to be in the room. A lot of times when you research the co-hosts and hosts, a lot of their influential, their network or their influencers follow them when they attend those networks. And you can know if those people are a part of the people that you want to connect with. Thirdly, join their Facebook group. Every time that there's a conference, a networking event, or something of that nature, they always have a Facebook group for you to join. That's one of the easiest ways to make sure that you connect with people before the event. Go on there, join it, look and see who's in there, say hello to maybe 4 or 5, 10 people in that group, and then start building relationships within that group. Prepare your introduction. If you are uneasy when it comes to introduction, or if you feel that you have to make a preparation before doing networking, take a minute, stop, prepare your introduction. Remember, we are not selling and we are not pitching. We are just introducing ourselves to start building relationships. Again, connect with 5 people. You can connect with 5 people either virtually or on the event. I want to say if you are doing a virtual networking event, please make sure that your camera is on. People want to do business with people that they see. They don't want to do business with people that they don't see. And it shows that you are actively, again, out of those 8 steps of conversation, that you are listening, that you're participating, that you're engaged. You want to make sure that you are seen, heard, and noticed. And the only way that you can do that is making sure that you're on your camera. Again, do active listening. Pay attention to the people that are talking in the room. Pay attention to the people that are on the virtual screen. Make sure that you're making notes. I always say note takers are money makers. So make sure that you are actually taking notes as you're doing this. Always have a follow-up plan. After you do any type of networking or any kind of conversation, make sure that you have a plan to connect with someone later on down the road. And again, make sure that you connect with them on social media. You have to engage with them. And the best way is after you've met someone at a networking event or virtual event, guess what? You can go pull out your phone and say, hey, let's connect on either Instagram or Facebook. You can right there start looking at their feed and seeing who they are a part of and what you can actually do to be more of connecting and effective with them. I want to say to you as well is to make sure that when you're on the virtual, that you can always save the chat or make sure that you're putting your information in the chat. And even talking with those people in the chat would be an amazing thing. But you definitely have to have a plan when it comes to networking. The next thing I want to talk about really quickly about networking, there's 5 types of networkers. That's what I call them. When you go to a networking event, it kind of helps you to understand how you can work the room. They always say read the room, but this is how you're going to work the room. You're going to figure out what type of networker you are and what part of the group that you want to be a part of. So when you go into a networking event, virtually or in person, do a 360 panoramic view of the room. Look and see who's where in the room and what activities are taking place. What I mean by that is these 5 networkers. The first one is you're going to have your social butterflies. These type of networkers, they always want the attention. They're attention grabbers. They're socialites. They thrive on social interaction. They're going to be your charismatic people. They're going to be the ones who are engaging in others. So if you look in the room and you see someone that has a crowd of people around them, they're talking, they're laughing, the noise is really high. These are people that love to navigate the conversation. They like to make people feel comfortable. You know, they break the ice with humor, laughter, and they're always often wanting to help you to engage in someone. So look and see if any of those people in the room. Secondly, you have the expert observers. These are the type of networkers that are highly knowledge in their field, and they possess valuable insight as they're in their expertise. They approach networking or conversation a little bit different because they're focusing on sharing their knowledge and their valuable advice. They are sought after for their expertise, and they can always start and engage in meaningful conversations. So see where they are. It kind of tells about their body language too, whether they're crossing their arms or whether, you know, they're really serious. Those are the people that are in that sector of the room that are what I call the expert observers. Now you have your buffet eaters. That's your third piece. And these are the network people. They just go to network just for the food. They're always going. But this is kind of the networkers that, you know, you can find the most information, because remember, the conversation doesn't start at the front of the line. It starts at the back of the line. But these people primarily, they just enjoy the beverages. You're going to have more of a relaxed feel environment. It's not going to be high tense. It's not going to be stressed. It's just going to be an even keel at this particular network, because they're wanting to just kind of seek out. They're just there for just the fun, the activity. They have no real agenda. They're the buffet eaters. Then you have the walkers, or I call the connectors. These are the type of people that are focused on just building relationships and connecting with people. They proactively seek out opportunities to introduce, again, they're individuals. They're actually looking to see who they can connect with, who's like in the room that they can actually connect with and talk with. They often thrive on building relationships. They love it. They love to build relationships. And then you have your goal setter, or I want to say strategies. These people, they're focused. You are not going to get in their way because they are on a mission. They have a goal that they're going to meet 4 or 5 people. They're going to make sure that they give out their information. These people are going to be people that are set in concrete, that there's no way that you're going to get in their way. So you got to think about, when you go into a networking event, or if you're in a virtual event, what type of networker do you want to be? Do you want to be that social butterfly person? Do you want to be that observer, that expert observer? Do you want to be one of the buffet eaters? Or do you want to be one of those walkers or connectors? Or when you go to a networking event, are you just looking to be more goal oriented? Do you have a mission? Are you set out to meet exactly how many people? I mean, just think about that. These goal setters, they'll have business cards, or they'll have their digital card, and they're scanning and passing out. They're scanning and passing out. They're making sure that they walk out of that room with at least 5 to 10 people that they're talking to. So you have to kind of think, you know, what kind of type of networker do you want to be? So those are just 5 quickly ones. There's much more, but just kind of think about, who do you want to be? Which network do you want to be? How are you trying to network? Now we really want to get into our 4th theme, is how do we continue the conversation on one of the biggest platforms, which is LinkedIn. LinkedIn has over 810 million users. Did I mention that platform was free? I don't know if I mentioned that, but the platform is free. So how do we continue to take our conversation over to this particular platform? Now, listen, I gave you different platforms where people use to stream their message to a broader audience. But what I really love about LinkedIn, which is my favorite, is because the decision makers are there. The decision makers are on LinkedIn. And you have so much access. You have their emails, their phone numbers. You have so much more information that you can get and grab to help you to be able to know if this is the right person that you want to connect with or the wrong person to connect with. You know what? I always say too, when you actually doing networking, just kind of to step back, when we talked about those 5 networkers, a lot of times when people think about networking or conversations, when they go into these particular environments or atmosphere, they're always thinking, am I going to say the right thing or am I going to say the wrong thing? Sometimes saying the wrong thing could be the right thing, and saying the right thing can be the wrong thing. So we have to think about that when we're actually pushing our conversation and building relationships. I wanted to take a step back because when we think about those 5 networkers, that really determines what are we saying, what is our approach, what is our go-getter that when we go into these events. But anyway, I want to talk about, incorporating LinkedIn to that conversation. Again, it's 810 billion users on LinkedIn, and it is, like I mentioned, a free platform. But how you really continue the conversation is having an amazing profile. See, what I like about LinkedIn, remember I said all the decision makers are there. You have so much more information about a person. You can connect with people so much more easily and have a conversation that would lead to a converting sale. But you have to start with making sure that your profile is intact. So I'm just going to talk about a few things that really help that conversation go and keep moving. I told you one of the main things when you think about having a conversation, there's 3 things: attention grabber, how do I keep my prospect engaged, and then how do I close the deal? Well, let me share with you just real quickly about LinkedIn, how that process works. So first of all, you want to make sure that your profile is together. You want to have a very professional profile picture. Now, using a profile picture, making it a headshot, make it a very high quality, choose an image that makes you look professional and friendly. It's nothing to have a picture on your profile that shows that you're not, friendly, open to conversation. It's just like you would do face-to-face. Make sure that it's a professional. Make sure that your headline is very crafted and compelling. The headline needs to showcase your expertise. Let it show exactly what you do. So when someone clicks on there, they know what you do. They don't have to do a lot of chasing and hunting down through the body of your LinkedIn profile. Highlights. Always use some videos, some reels to be more effective in your post. A lot of people love to look at videos versus images. Images are great, but if you look at the algorithm, and we can talk about that later when it comes into LinkedIn, it is not as high as videos and reels that you can post onto your page. In your summary of your LinkedIn, make sure that you are using engaging words. I mean, that your overall background really speaks to what you do. Make sure that your LinkedIn summary is not all over the place. Make sure that it really is target focused, because what happens is when people look at your LinkedIn, they click on it, they want to make sure that what you do matches something that is in line with their business. And the more information or impactful, powerful words that really describe what you do helps people to be able to connect with you, especially those that are looking for you. Make sure that your information is always current, okay? No one is going to search you on different platforms. When you go to LinkedIn, because it's a professional site, you want to make sure that everything is updated. Phone number, email addresses, website. Make sure your website is aesthetically pleasing when they go to it. Make sure that you have all that information already set in stone when they go to your site. Your experience, detail your work. A lot of times you can detail, if you're an entrepreneur, detail that information out of what you do. So it gives them more information about who you are. List your skills. Make sure that in your skills that it talks about all the things that you can do. It doesn't have to necessarily be in your summary, because your summary is the overall, but when they look down there, they can say, okay, you're excellent in Microsoft, or you're excellent in networking, you're good leadership. Make sure that you list your skills. And also think about, the education part that you have on your profile. Your profile is really basically your resume when you look at it, but it's in a different format. Make sure that you put in your education, all your background, your certifications, anything that you got. Make sure that it's listed there. Recommendations, always seek recommendations when you're on your LinkedIn, because the more recommendation you are, the better, higher status that your profile becomes. Volunteer, we all need to be volunteer, giving back and serving to our communities. Show some ways that your volunteer work matches kind of what you do. So it helps a prospect to really understand who you are and what you do. Make sure that you show any of your publications. If you've been in magazines, news articles, press release, any of that information, make sure that it's there. And also engage in networking and participating in groups. That is so important when you come to building that communication. on LinkedIn. It is a powerful tool that really can take you to the next level in your communication, but it can also keep you going. It can keep the message going. It can keep it pushing when someone is looking for you. Here's another cool thing. When you're thinking about LinkedIn and we get into talking about posts and comments, and we can talk about that a little later, but when you do that, when you actually comment on somebody else's post and you make a good comment, okay, really look at the post and make a good comment. Once you do that, they automatically get a notification. If they're, most people, when they're on LinkedIn, they have their notification lit up. But when someone comments or posts on their post that they did, they automatically are looking at your profile. That is the open door to the communication. That's where everything starts, because once they click on it, now they can see who you are. They can see all your information. They can now have a overview of who you are and how you can help their business. But your information's got to be updated. It's got to be professional. Everything you do on LinkedIn has to be at a professional level. It has to make it look seamlessly, smoothly, like they want to be a part of your business, or you want to have an open door to have a conversation and communication with them. There's a lot of different things that you can do on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is always constantly changing, but you can also find different ways on LinkedIn to make sure that you stand out above the crowd. See, we want to stand out. We don't want to just fit in. We want to stand out when people actually click on our profile and let them know that we can help them with their services. Remember, it's still three things. We have to grab their attention. We have to keep them engaged with what we're doing. Even in the conversation on LinkedIn, if they're looking at your profile, your summary, you're still trying to keep them engaged with you of what you're doing. And then thirdly, we got to close the deal. We got to find a way. How do we connect? How do we go to the next level? How do we step out and do something different? So make sure that when you're actually on all these different profiles, that that's something that you are actually doing, something that you are setting forth when you're trying to communicate with someone, is putting that in place. Now, lastly, I want to talk to you about, how does Tapped In Magazine help you ultimately reach that information? Again, I am the editor-chief and publisher of Tapped In Magazine. It is a global publication that has been recognized, and we're actually going to be in the UK. But one of the things about our publication is that our magazine ultimately is a platform to boost your visibility, to ensure that you are seen, heard, and noticed, by a global audience. Again, we're talking about how do we master the art of communication? And that is, you have to make sure that people know who you are, what you do, and where to find you. And that's what our publication do. Our publication is dedicated to showing visionaries, entrepreneurs, their remarkable journey. A lot of times, it's really good when you have a platform or resource where you can learn from other entrepreneurs. It's like, I've been there, done that, so let me help the next person not make that same mistake. It's the same way. So as our global publication, we have a wide reach of over 350,000 online distribution channels. Whether you're looking to expand your influence local or just gain international recognition, Tapped In Magazine, we really got you covered, because our digital presence ensures that your story and brand transcends geographically within boundaries. Reaching a diverse audience and really getting them engaged with who you are and what you do. In addition, our online publication, it comes in print and digital. Our magazine gives you the opportunity, again, to showcase any of your accomplishments that you have. Each month we have, or every other month, we have a publication that goes out, and we really try to, again, roll out the red carpet for you. We try to put those platforms out there that will really make sure that you are seen, heard, and noticed. So I really want to just encourage you, if you are looking to expand your audience, if you're looking to expand your message to a broader audience, then I want you to be able to tap into Tapped In Magazine. You can go to tappinmagazine.org, where you can actually find more information about our programs. We do a lot of different ways of really promoting and getting you out there. We do have a LinkedIn boot camp that we do. Again, I love LinkedIn because it's one of the major ways that we can actually reach our target audience. We can actually talk to decision makers who are looking to do business with us. So we do that as well. And we also have an online community that we have as well, as where you can get information on a monthly basis that come in and look at, maybe some different techniques and strategies that maybe you are using, maybe that, you can get a little bit more proficiency on them, or if there's some things that you haven't thought about, but it gives you an open audience to a whole nother community within our organization. Tapped In Magazine, we're so proud of what we're doing and in the places that we're going, and where we go, you go. We want to make sure that we are uplifting you and promoting you. So when you're thinking about mastering the art of communication, think about, how do I master my message? How do I spread my message out? How do I get it into a broader audience? And Tapped In Magazine can do that for you. Remember, we are at tappedinmagazine.org or tappedinmagazine.info. We have an amazing mega visibility product that's coming up. We're going to love to share that with you. So please be looking for that. It's where we're going to try to take your message and really market it over the next 3 months. And we're going to give you as much exposure as we can and put you into different platforms to get your message out. Again, the whole thing is to make sure that you are seen, heard, and noticed. See, that's how you master the art of communication. That's how you master the art of networking. It's to make sure that people know who you are, where to find you. Again, you're trying to grab their attention. You're actually trying to engage in a conversation with them, and you're trying to close the deal. But the only way that you can do that is if you are seen, heard, and noticed. People got to know that you're there, because people do business with people who they see mostly. Just think about all the commercials, all the different things that are out there. I did a project with my networking team a while back, and we talked about one of the things is like, if you really pay attention to advertising on television, it's right there in front of us. It kind of gives you a strategy, a technique. But we did a kind of a project, a survey a while back about how many times do like a Walmart Target ad shows up. When we did this actual kind of survey project, I think it was like 20 times or 30 times that it showed on some particular channels. Now, you know that there's many channels of network out there. So just because it showed on these particular channels that we looked at, can you imagine of all the other channels that they actually spend money and dollars and making sure that their message is put out there? But just doing what they did helps us to be able to master the art of communication, master our message. That's what we're doing. We're mastering our message and how we get it out there. Again, we talked about how did we start a conversation. Again, you're mastering your art of communication. You're mastering the art of conversation. How do I get my message out there? First, I got to start with a message. I got to start with an introduction. I have to ask questions. I have to ask advice. I have to pay attention to my surroundings. I got to let this be authentic, just a normal conversation. I'm not pitching, I'm not selling, I'm building relationships, but the message still stays the same. Your message still has to stay the same. How do you get it out there? How do you effectively communicate with people? And that's the same way within Tapped In Magazine. We want to make sure that we send you to a broader audience, just like those big retailers that they do on television. They are actually constantly sending it out. I mean, the project that we did with our group, we did it for over like a week. And it made me go to Target. I didn't even need to go to Target, but it made me go to Target because I kept seeing the Target ad come up on the commercial. That's just like they say, you know what? A lot of times, if you're not using Facebook ads and things of that nature, to get your message out to a broader audience, you have to do something to let people know that you're there. Let people know that you're there for the longevity, not the short term. Let people know that you're trying to build a business. Let people know, get familiar with who your brand is, your expertise, how you do things. That is mastering the art of communication, is getting your message out there. And Tapped In Magazine wants to help you do that. So again, go to tappedinmagazine.org or tappedinmagazine.info, and we'll be able to help you master the art of communication. Now, I've shared a lot of information with you, and I hope that some of this information has resonated with you, some of this information that you'll be able to use. If not, please come back to us and join us on our LinkedIn Bootcamp networking. But remember, go to tappedinmagazine.org or tappedinmagazine.info, and we'll be able to help you master the art of communication.
Thank you so much, Dr. Price. You've given us so much to think about. And again, I have my pen here in my notebook. And I've been taking notes. So we thank you so much for what you've been able to share with us this morning. We do want to remember, thank you so much. We do want to remember that the Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or our K through 12 entrepreneurs. This Expo is a fundraiser for students, so you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App that you see on the screen below, which is $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students, you can also register at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts, so I want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We do want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for June 2023, NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Rocher Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Milani Shani Global, Executive Women Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, and of course, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is Common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Introducing ElectaWorld. The metaverse is widely being labeled as the next phase in human evolution. This second world is no longer just science fiction. AR and VR are coming together to form new communities and limitless possibilities, powered by a brand new kind of money, virtual currencies. Our world will be eco-friendly, emitting near-zero carbon, and feature Electa motors and their full fleets of green electric vehicles. This will create real business opportunities where users can actually earn real revenue. ElectaWorld will be completely free of all types of discrimination. No race, gender, sexual orientation, national origin, or any other type of discrimination will ever limit you in ElectaWorld. ElectaWorld will feature around 3,000 plots of land of various sizes for sale in year one, with a heavy focus on commercial land and luxury residential real estate. More details coming March of 2022. ElectaWorld. Join the new evolution.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support, where health education is abundant, where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know.
There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box.
I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people.
Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kingston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
Barbara is because she believed what her mama said about her and not what other people told her.
Every day you wake up, when you're in a situation, it's your choice whether it's an advantage or the disadvantage.
She gained her confidence and her life, and now she is a testimony.
If I can help you elevate yourself, then I feel like I'm elevating my own self as well. What you know and I know together can change the world.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso. A new concept in social media, Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces its community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Truso. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Truso is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
This is Dr. Arnold T. Petsworth. Yes, that's his given name. No, don't look into it. He's the owner of Petsworth Vet World, a veterinary clinic in Hopton, Connecticut. His patients include dog, cat, turtle, cat, turtle, frog, hamster, fish,
Goldie?
dog, and this alpaca. Due to doctor-patient confidentiality, we can't tell you their names. Business at Vet World was steady, and then quarantine hit. Neighbors on every lane, drive, and even a few cul-de-sacs brought new four-legged friends into their homes. Bunnies. Bunnies.
You guys are so cute.
Bunnies.
You are so cute.
Bunnies.
You're so cute.
Bunnies everywhere. A lifelong lover of Laporte, Dr. Petsworth welcomed these new patients with open arms.
Hi, how you doing? How is she? Did you meet Jackie? Jackie, Barbara, Jackie? This is Betsy.
The only problem? There were more appointments than he could manage.
Yes, I'm gonna get to you. Give me a second. We're gonna get you in real soon. Don't worry, all right? And then...
That's when Dr. Petsworth turned to his American Express business card, which offers flexible spending limits that adapt with his business. He decided to hire a new assistant, Julio, who's actually more of a bird guy. But that's just between us. And with the power to make big purchases in his hands, he used his card to furnish a new exam room with extra tail space. Together, Dr. Petsworth, Julio, and American Express Business made sure all the pets of Hopton got the love and care they deserved.
All right, Julio, man, that was great, man.
And everyone was happy, especially these guys. Get the card built for business by American Express.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million plus women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I love to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here, and Princess Nia is based off of my daughter, and she is what she wants to be, the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
It's time for you to start bossing in social media. For all your social media needs, you've come to the right place at the right time to get your website designed, landing page, social media platforms, and get the training you need to get in front of the people that's ready to buy your products and services. Let me train you with StreamYard, Zoom, Clubhouse, and much more. And let me help you get your virtual professionals, not assistants, because assistants can only assist you, but the virtual professionals can give you that professional flavor that you need to expand your reach and increase your revenue. Jump on in and get in where you fit in and start bossing today.
Design is human. It's about people. It's about life. We've designed everything around us since the beginning of time. The things that we see, the things that we hear, experience, and feel. And in this evolving digital frontier that we are calling the metaverse, there are opportunities to do things that we never thought were even possible. But with innovation comes responsibility, and there will be many challenges that we must face and overcome together. I've often wondered, how do we create balance between humanity, technology, and the environment in a world that is already constructed? It's as though we are designing against the grain. This is something that many of us are trying to figure out at this technological tipping point. I personally have spent countless hours of my life, especially in the last few years, really thinking about this, thinking about how to create amazing, innovative, and artistic, immersive experiences using technology, but while still doing our part in this world to protect our people and to protect the environment. And what I've realized is that collective thinking around design is holding us back. It's become mechanical, a series of conflicting checklists and linear conventions, components of production cycles. We don't always think about design as coming from within, as inherent to our species, the human. So today I will discuss 5 immersive design considerations for the metaverse outside of these technical checklists and processes. These are considerations that are a little more qualitative, sometimes a little harder to wrap our minds around and transfer that knowledge into meaningful action. These are the things that impact our decision making and the world we live in, whether we realize it or not. And when we make this connection more mainstream, I truly believe that we can evolve the world by pioneering what artistic but responsible, immersive design looks and feels like, and what the metaverse should evolve to become and to include. My name is Natasha Rapsat, and I am an experienced designer, strategist, multi-dimensional being, an explorer traveling to see the bones of the world and to learn for the future of humanity. I have medium brown skin and dark hair that is pulled back. I'm wearing a black shirt, red lipstick. Before we get into the considerations, let's discuss immersive design for common understanding. Feel free to leave comments or questions. I will do my best to answer. Thank you for joining me today.
Hi, I'm Barbara Smith. Genius is common. My genius is executive coaching and professional corporate training. As the master executive coach and corporate training ambassador for the Genius is Common movement, I help business owners craft their stories in such a way that you know exactly what they do, what they have, and what they bring to the table. Many times as business owners, we are asked, so what do you do for a living? And we could be crushing in our businesses, but we're not quite sure exactly what to say in a short amount of time. Well, I help you take those stories that are the reason why you're in business and why you're so passionate about your business and craft them in such a way that people are drawn to you as opposed to being repelled by you. Because every conversation, every time you talk to someone about your business, you are excited about it. But are you really conveying what you do, what you have, and what you bring to the table? And do really people understand why you care so much and why they should care that you have the solution to their problem? Well, I'm here to help you with that. As a master storyteller, I can help you with your stories and spin them in such a way that they are intriguing and fascinating. People want to listen to you talk about your business. That's why at the Genius is Common movement, I am the master executive coach and professional training ambassador. That's my genius. And genius? Oh yeah, it's common.
Hello, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And my genius is helping women accelerate the path to success. You know, I was blessed to have strong women in my life who encouraged, motivated, and pushed me to do my best and to never even think about giving up on my dreams. So I say to women, we must show up to rise up. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? I know that women are a tremendous resource on this planet, and there is nothing more fulfilling than helping a woman tap into her full potential. I do this because I want to be a part of helping as many women as I can to show up, to rise up. I do this because genius is common.
Design is human.
When you feel like you're about to hate yourself, love someone. And when you feel like you're about to hate someone, love yourself. And when you feel like it's the end of the world, breathe and remember that you have to go inhale in order to exhale deep. Like a person who thinks too much. I thought about the word genius and thought genie in us. Then I thought, if there's a genie, then there must be wishes. So I made a wish upon my genius and became inspired to write a piece about war in the way that it destroys worlds, boys and girls weeping over spirits no longer married to the corpses that carried them as child, laughing, funny. How air forces its way back in even when we just want to exhale. Well, I didn't finish that poem because I'm a firm believer in oneness. So no matter how much I disliked the military, I kept coming to the conclusion that all the soldiers in the army are me. So I went back to my genie and I made another wish. I wished for words that would uplift. The genie sent me poems that sounded more like spaceships, because you know we've been working this great shit and we ain't made shit. I wished we could buy us a spaceship that fly so high that we no longer need to exhale, because we in heaven fly so far and so fast into outer space that we end up turning into energy. G for genius, for genie, for magic, as you are, as you were, and as you always will be, made of the same star that you see as far, but in fact so close enough for us to shoot for, because Lord knows we need something to shoot for, because too often we are shot at. We gotta pay attention to buy time, to train ourselves to shoot back, not like bullets but like stars. Make wishes on the genie that you are, the genie in us, the genius in you, the only person on this earth smart enough to make the dreams that you hope for come true.
Colette V. Smith. The V is for victory. My mama would tell you the V is for Veronica, but it's Colette V. Smith. The NFL's first African-American woman to coach in the history of the National Football League, by way of being the first female in 2017 to coach in New York Jets franchise history. Today, I'm the founder of Believe in You Incorporated. Believe in You Incorporated. I got here because I didn't limit myself. I started thinking freely, living life freely. Don't limit yourself. Unleash your power, the power that God created you to be and to have. I got here because I didn't just follow a path. I created my own. You can do the same thing. You know why I know this? Because genius is common.
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools. We help them implement, I love to leave the inherited lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income, and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. Wow. I nearly lost it all. Wow. when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, let's live it. If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that? Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T. Wise. You people that like the text, then they can text 202-993-5793. Text the word dream.
Genius is common, and my genius is nutritional strategy. I am Shawnee Smith, the owner and creator of Can Do Spice. Can Do Spice was created because I knew that adding herbal and mineral supplements to my diet did not have to be boring. In fact, because I'm a food enthusiast, I knew I could create something flavorful and explosive that also had the benefit of adding herbal supplements such as sea moss, bladderwrack, burdock root, and black seed, just to name a few. I invite you to take this journey with me where we come together and take control of our nutritional health. It is my way of sharing my genius, the gift of flavor and the healing power of herbs to the world. What is your genius?
One of the things that people always ask me is, what is art? And I say art is something that someone creates from nothing, and it's their inner feelings in terms of how they feel. And it's something that should not be judged and cannot be judged by anyone other than that person that did the particular piece of work. Any work that's created in that manner, to me, is art. When you ask me about abstract expressionism, I say abstract expressionism is a form of art that merges abstract and expressionist art together. And that's one of the things that I've tried to do in my work in terms of the journey to the actual painting. When you begin to look at my work, one of the things that I want you to recognize and look for is, what do the bold lines do? My favorite colors are black and brown and white. And you'll see in my work that you'll see that black, you'll see that brown, and of course you'll see that white. The white to give the joy of highlighting the piece, and then of course the black to define and give you the boldness and the strength in the piece. When you begin to analyze the colors that I utilize, I always use colors to kind of give you a tone or an emotion about the piece. So the different kinds of colors that you will see in this particular show are going to be the colors that are going to be bringing forth an idea. One of the things that we did on this DVD of this show was we're online, and you can go to my website at www.kellyworldwide.com, or you can email me at erickelly45@gmail. But we went online and we had people to tune into the show and ask them what colors would they like for me to use. And of course, the colors that they asked for, we utilized those colors. Those colors were red, orange, green, and white. And we added an additional color of blue and gold. And that's what you're going to get on this particular piece. We had a survey of people that they wanted me to paint, and everybody came back with the Beyoncé, the Barack Obamas, the stars of the now. And what we chose was Beyoncé. So that's the piece that we're doing. We hope that you enjoy the artwork that we have created. And in this DVD, you also will see other pieces that I've created, and hopefully that you will enjoy this show. And if you're looking to have me to come to your gallery or to your museum, I can be contacted at 919-308-9090. And of course, as I always say, love without happiness, there's no peace of mind. My name is Eric Kelly III. I hope you enjoy the show, and I look forward to meeting you, and I hope you enjoy my work. When discussing abstract expressionist work, one of the things that I had to do was do some research. And that research led me to abstract expressionism. Figurative drawing is a part of what I do. I use parody and I use satire when I do my pieces. And so what I did was I joined those four pieces together. A lot of times people ask me, how did I discover abstract expressionist artwork? When I say I didn't discover it, it's something that's been here all the time. I just have taken it and expanded on it to make it an art form that I utilize for my subject matter through my journey. When I was 4 years old, my grandmother gave me a pencil. We were sitting in church. I think she thought I just was going to scribble, but I began to draw the choir. Later on, as I matured, she said that picture that I drew, the first one that I drew, looked like people in the choir. And so with that thought, I kept drawing. Drew through junior high school, created some nice pieces that won some awards, and continued to draw. But drawing and painting was not my focus. My focus was education and history. History was something that I really enjoyed, and I pressed forward to be a history major. I wanted to be a history major in college, as a matter of fact. But when I got to high school, I was going through high school, and three of my teachers saw me one day, and one of the teachers was my art teacher during my senior year, Mrs. Dowd. And Mrs. Dowd said that I need to talk to you. And I didn't know what she was talking about, and she took me into the teacher's lounge. And in those days, going into the teacher's lounge was major. And so while in the teacher's lounge, Miss Corbett joined her, and Miss Cousins, my history teacher, and my English teacher. And they sat me down and they said, well, you're not going to graduate. Knowing me the kind of guy I was, I wanted to graduate. And they said, well, the only way you're going to graduate is you're going to have to draw more. Because Ms. Dowd tells us that you come in class, you have a good time with all the students, and then you draw or do the project better than anybody in the class the last day when the project is due. And so she's interested in you doing more art. And so I took the challenge that year, my senior year, 1975, and I drew every night before I went to bed. I drew Macbeth. I drew the Greeks, the Romans. I drew all of the stories that we studied. And for Mrs. Cousins, who was a Black history teacher, I drew about the the transatlantic slave trade. I drew about slavery. I drew about the Reconstruction. I drew about Martin Luther King's and the Malcolm X's and all of the great people, the Carter G. Woodsons, the Benjamin Bannekers. And I kept drawing for those three teachers. And at the end of the year, the Durham Leaks came to school and gave me an award. And I was surprised because I thought that the Durham Leaks was going to give that award to someone else. I had so much work. I had enough work to fill the hallways. And once I looked at my work, I thought about where would I go to school. And because of the Durham Leaks and all of the attention I got letters from a lot of schools. And I researched the schools and I decided I wanted to go to North Carolina Central University. And the reason to go to North Carolina Central University at that time, they were the #2 school in African American art, which means that most of their teachers had books in the library you could go and you could read and you could study. And I studied with Mason and Pendergrass and Carlisle, some of the great ones. Had a chance to meet Willie Nash and also see some of the great works of Ernie Barnes. So as I continued to do my work, one of the things that I tried not to do was be a copy of any other artist. And incidentally, I was taken on a field trip at North Carolina Central University after they gave me an art scholarship, of course. And we were at a museum, and I saw a gentleman's work, and his name was Charles White. And for the first time, I saw some work that looked like my work. I was so amazed. And when I saw the work, a bug clicked in my head to say that no one's art is anybody's personal art. All of it is expression, no matter who's drawing. And from that moment on, I began to draw expressionistic art. And that expressionistic art began to come off of the board of my canvas, because I always wanted the canvas to kind of give you more of a imaginary piece of my art. I didn't want to put everything right into those four borders. I wanted to put things so that you would imagine things. And so the abstract piece of my work was to elongate pieces, to make you say, okay, the eye is too big, the head, the forehead is a little too big, the nose is a little big. And those are the kinds of things that I began to do with my work. And once I got out of college, a lot of the galleries were saying that my work was abstract and expressionist. And so with them saying those kinds of things, it became a word of my work is abstract expressionist. And that's what it's been for the past 50 years. The art scene in Durham, North Carolina is a very interesting scene in Durham. You have the Arts Council who takes the time out and have local artists to do pieces there. Then you have several galleries downtown Durham, and those galleries are doing pretty well. Newly, we have 21C Museum, which is a museum that's a 24-hour museum that displays works from international artists and artists around the world. And one of the unique things about the 21C Gallery, 21C Museum, is that they put only artists on who are living artists. So that's one of the key things, and I think that's one of the great things, because a lot of your museums have artists who were passed on or ancestors who were passed on, as opposed to artists who are living now. If you ask me where I would like to have my work, I would like to have my work in several different museums around the country. That's what we're working on as we look at this particular show, as you deal with the art tours that I have been doing in the past 10 years. Well, the art scene has changed immensely. You know, you don't see a lot of, I would say, African American one-man shows. I think somewhere along the line, people began to believe that African Americans only did one or two paintings. And if you look at some of the African Americans who are artists, it's a life goal. It's not a one painting or a two painting. So I think that's one of the differences. When Willie Nash was alive, he was an artist that Durham revered, but we never saw him in the museums as much. Then there are several other artists who live in this beautiful city who I think should have one-man shows because they have a tremendous amount of work. The other changes are the galleries. The galleries, they're more fine arts oriented than a gallery where you have an artist in residence that's painting and then he's putting his work into a particular gallery and people are buying those particular works. And I would think that those are some of the changes in the art scene. If you ask me what I'd like to see, I'd like to see the museums to take a little bit more interest in some of the African American art in the city of Durham. Not to say that they don't take any interest at all, I just said more. Then there's the Nasher Museum on Duke's campus, which is an outstanding museum and a museum that people in the city of Durham is one that I would suggest that you go to because they're so diverse. One of the things that you, as an artist, you'll get from time to time is people to commission you to do pieces of artwork. And I was commissioned to do North Carolina Mutual Life Insurance Company. It's iconic building here in the city of Durham, North Carolina. And while I was commissioned to do that particular piece of work, I had the idea to do Parish Street along with the North Carolina Mutual Tower because North Carolina Mutual Life Insurance Company started on Parish Street on the same side where Woolworth's store was. Yes, Woolworth, the same store that had a sit-in here in Durham, North Carolina that people don't talk about, but the Woolworths had a sit-in doing segregation. And across the street, North Carolina Mutual moved into the now Mechanics and Farmers Bank building, and that was the last place they were until they moved to Chapel Hill Street and build the 12-story tower there. And so what I did was a piece called Black Wall Street. Durham's great history of black businesses began on Parish Street. Parish Street used to be a mecca for black businesses up and down Parish Street. And so the insurance companies, the banks, the community savings banks, and a lot of lawyers had their businesses on Parish Street. As a matter of fact, my advertising agency was on Parish Street on the second floor there. And so I drew a picture of Parish Street denoting North Carolina Mutual Life Insurance Company, places where they began and subsequently places they went to, and then to the big tower. And if you were to stand on Parish Street today and look straight ahead, and if the 21C building wasn't there, then you would see all three places where North Carolina Mutual Life Insurance Company was. And I want to say that it was probably a very joyous piece that I was drawing. Now, one of the things that I did try not to do was make it an architectural rendering of the building. And that's one of the things that I talk about when I talk about my art. I don't like to be defined into lines. I like to be a little left to lines, a little right to lines. I believe that if we're going to be defined into lines, we might as well take a picture and hang that picture up. So the Black Wall Street piece is a perspective piece that's done in abstract expressionistic format. What I look for is a piece that exudes a feeling, that exudes an emotion. And then I take that piece and I try to stretch that piece from just that emotion into something that's going to say something to the audience. There were thousands of pictures that I could pick from when I picked the Beyonce picture. And I look for a picture that will give us that feeling that this is her on the inside, not her on the outside. And what would that give to a person? How would you feel about this piece when you see it? And again, I wanted to put lights in there. I wanted to put bold lines in there. And I wanted her to kind of dominate you. And that's how I chose that particular piece. But most of the pieces that I choose the very same way. I look for some eyes that capture me, or I look for a nose that captures me, or I look for what I would call a feeling or an image that gives me a a thought, and then I pull from that thought, and then I try to, once I start painting, I try to put that thought into color. And sometimes it's one of those things where I sit back and I look at the work, and I'll stand away from it and I'll look at the work, and I'll see, is it saying what I would like for it to say? And then I ask myself, is it saying what I want my audience to believe? And that's how I pick my work. Sometimes you can overdo a piece. What I do is I paint and I paint and I paint until I feel like I've painted too much. And when I say painted too much, it's that point where I've gotten out of that piece what I want to say. And I can add different lines, or I can take different lines out, but does this particular piece say what I wanted to say? And once it's saying what I wanted to say, then that's when I end. Sometimes people ask me, how long does it take? I don't know. I can't put a time on the end. I can put a time on the beginning. And that's one of the things that I try to do each and every day, is to begin a piece of artwork. Colors influence emotions by the type of color that you use. If you're going to use a red is anger. If you're going to use a subtle blue, that's calmness. If you're going to use a green, that's earthy. And so if you're going to use a yellow, that's bright and that's sunshine. If you're going to use an orange, that orange is not bright and sunshine, but the next emotion to it. Then your pinks and your blues, to me, denote another emotion. And so when I pick a color, I pick that color from the picture that I'm drawing from. If someone gives me a picture and it's a picture of somebody in anger, I right away use the browns, the reds, the green, the dark green, and to give that feeling from that particular piece. If somebody gives me a piece, or if I select a piece that's saying I'm happy or I'm serious, then I try to use those colors that give you the hues and tones that are going to make you say, okay, this person is happy, or this person is nonchalant. And so that's how I choose the colors. And the most important part of what I do is I utilize white for highlights, and I utilize black for the darkness and the boldness and the strength of the piece, and to pull the piece all the way together, so that there are some levels of boundaries. But as I said earlier, I like for the boundaries to be non-existent. The biggest challenge for the Beyonce piece was to make sure that the lights in her eyes were right, and to make sure that her smile was right. When you're drawing a piece of art, there are certain things that you want to do. One is you want to create a piece that people can enjoy, and then you want to do a piece that grasps the imagination of the people that's looking at it. And in the Beyonce piece, one of the things that was a challenge for me was to ensure that I didn't make her too happy, and that I didn't put too many lights in her face. As I always say, if you put the right lights in the face of a piece of artwork, that piece of artwork will look like the person that you're drawing.
I am from Washington, D.C., but I was raised in Durham, North Carolina. I came to Durham when I was about 5 or 6, and then I traveled back and forth to D.C. because it's where my people are from. one of the unique things about my family is my mother, she's also an artist. She does quilting, and she does a lot of artistic things. And then my son, he draws with both hands, his right hand and his left hand, like I do. So that's kind of a family trait. And then my other son, he's a videographer, and my daughter, she works, she's a regional vice president for Sunglass Lab. When you start out drawing and sketching, you want to continue to explore, you know, each avenue. I do pastels, I do pen and ink, I do painting, I do acrylics. I haven't done oils yet, but I try to do all facets of art. What I say to a lot of times to people is, you know, you can't put yourself in a box when you're an artist. You have to explore. And over the course of my life, I've tried to explore different mediums. I also do sculpture as well. I choose my subjects by the intensity that they have in their faces, or the intensity that somebody is moving, because I do more than portrait drawings. I also do I do abstract, and then I do figurative drawing also. Well, what happened in this particular show is that I started out trying to come up with something that would be a little bit different than what everybody else is doing. So I was working on a Barack Obama show, and they wanted me to do some paintings of Barack. And so what I did was, because of the deadlines, I kind of did it kind of fast. And then I realized when I was doing it fast, I enjoyed it. And so then I started doing other pieces the same way, and I started to enjoy those pieces also. And so I came up with this particular style, and it's a style of lines and colors. And what's interesting is that when I was in college, I did a show called Lines, Colors, and I talked about the boldness of the blacks, the hotness of the whites, and this is how this has come about, you know, later on in my life. And the colors comes from a lot of the entertainers that I work with, where they wear different colors. They don't wear, you know, your plain reds or your whites. They wear different colors, and so that's also another piece of what's giving me the colors. The subtitle of this show is Faces That Speak Life. That's real critical. Faces that speak life. Each one of these pieces is a life source and a life energy that's being put on display for people that are looking at it. You know, I always say in terms of my art, it's not important that I draw them. It's important what you get out of what I draw. You know, I don't try to just draw it because you like it. People wanted me to do prints. I didn't do prints. You know, people asked me to do different people, but the people that I choose are people that make a difference in the lives of people in the world. So the human landscape idea was, again, as I say, the lines represent your emotions, it represents your ideas, and it represents your journey as a human being. And that's why you get the different pieces and the different looks. And as you notice, I try not to do one look that looks alike another look. And that's what's the most important part of this show.
Good morning again. I again am Dr. Debbie Hood, and I'd like to thank you for allowing me to be your moderator this morning here on the Black Business Network. I can also be reached at C Clinical Services, that is SEE Clinical Services, LLC, where we seek to strengthen, empower, and educate those that we work with. We do want to remember that the Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or our K-12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students, so you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App that you see on the screen below, which is $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can also register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts, so we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We do want to thank our sponsors for June 2023 of the Black Business Expo USA, which are NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Roche Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Milani Shani Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, and of course, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.